streak against the traitors of Loud alive, especially going up against the final boss?
That's the question. Let's get things started here. Bind our opening map with the pistol round. Nothing explosive up the rip. Nice and tepid. That's the approach. Just baiting and waiting for LEV. They're seeing if they can get a response out of Loud, but they're also just holding. Kawazine was at the fault line ready for some sort of flash play down onto long. QCK with a jiggle peek gets acknowledgement, at least with the shots fired. So we know there's some info there. And there's the re-peek with the stun, trying to catch that timing.
And that just allows them to maintain information.
Okay.
Holy!
Yep.
That's how it's gonna be, huh?
Try and replace me, huh?
Unbelievable. I mean, what a way to begin. Aspas just ripping off QCK's head. That wasn't even a duel. QCK had his knife out. He's just trying to get some information.
Wasn't a fair fight.
None of them are against Aspas. And Loud, and they're gonna learn that very quickly.
Here's the group up. Now, Sadek's border shorty. He's holding himself there into Lamps. We'll see, though. Everybody now trying to get a move on here with the flash. Set it up. Cove round the corner. Sadek. Nade. Pushing him back. Exchanging the util so he can still hold on to this ground and get set back up despite the stun.
30 seconds
Can
left.
hold his ground. The plant. Tap. Seems they can force out the util. And here comes the phase. 3 players. And they have been eviscerated.
The Kalat.
Still, control is theirs. 3 versus 3, and the plant's still not down with 15 seconds left, seeking to deny. It's a bit of raw spam and damage being done, but still evened out. Out wide, that's less now doubled up. 1 player alone, it's all King, almost with the kill. All up for the reposition. Now backing to the side, the tap. Doesn't force him out. Out wide, King! This might be absolutely brilliant! And it is!
What an incredible start from Leviathan. Aspas to open it up, King to finish it. And King had a really rough beginning to this year's version of games. He came into that opening match against 100 Thieves, and I've never seen such a poor performance from him. And now instantly to start up against Loud. Grabbing 3 and winning a 1v2. Disappointment written on Sadak's face. King is normally such a beast of a player. And I was wondering, with him calling now in English, maybe it was going to get a bit more difficult. Maybe we would see King not have those insane performances, but you can't read too much into just one performance. King's already trying to rewrite his opening to 2024.
Yeah, what a beginning. You are right, you know, it's got that added stress, I suppose, of you're communicating, like trying to IGL in a different language, brand new team environment. I mean, you don't really have any of the pre-existing core other than you and Mazzino.
Now, Les has taken a timing here past King. We've seen so many of these eco rounds converted.
Ooh.
The teams with guns have to be really careful not to fall into some kind of trap. And there are 4 players here on B.
Gamble stack, not really too grouped together though. I mean, it's not like they're holding for hard control of B long or hookah.
They can actually go through the teleporter as well if they realize that this is a stack, because King has the entirety of A.
We'll send flying with a knife to mollies. Yet they don't like what they see or hear. Ready for the TP, and like you said, it's that prior space that King has gained and granted. Will be an easy plant on the eco.
They won't necessarily expect Les to be on the flank this early, but they still have to watch short.
Nice flash play, bit of damage there onto Aspas. He's got to really respect this one. Now backing with the rest of his team. No way, no way!
Unbelievable.
Loud really going to be getting away with this with the classics.
It's unbelievable.
And through the cove, Mazzino seeking to hunt them down. Damage. Players are low here. Surely QCK in 2 years can't do it. They would have to just do the improbable. Picking up an upgrade with the rifle in 2 years. His hands are tapped. Baiting it. Here's the swing from Tex, and he does claim the 1 kill. QCK, surely not yet. Does not have enough health to contest. Tangle with them.
Close though, certainly close, but nicely navigated by Leviathan. Looking at Tex with that Gecko ult online, that offers them plenty of opportunities to try and get in onto Loud. If you look at Loud's composition, which, I mean, this now is not looking just like it was a comp for Ascent. This is now looking like something maybe that, you know, they're pioneering, almost like the Harbor Viper from last year. But this compositional idea seems really good at being able to deny the plant on A. And I think Tex having this Gecko ult online should push the Loud players back and allow them a bit of an easier time of it.
The rifles are in the hands now of the Loud players. Nice molly to break this one, but does he anticipate 4 players grouped up less? So show respect there. Harbor wall up. Now the Gecko, like you said, Thrash, Cove to try and prevent it being spammed down at Broken. It's hopping all over the bloody place. Flash through.
But this is just space, right? And this actually allows them to be able to get the plant down without Loud spamming mollies at them. That's a win.
So there we go. Set themselves up into the post plant now. An important fight to be taking place. Lam's control needs to be held this entire time. It's Com's job.
There is so much utility for this retake.
Molly.
So many flashes.
Wall fades away. They didn't expect Sadak to be up onto that angle quite that quickly. Spam again through the box. Can they take the fight together? Yes. Weaving in and out. The timings are definitely there for them. But Loud have got that extra firepower with the weaponry, with the rifles. Maybe enough to sail them away to a victory, and indeed it is. So no real danger there. Let them get the plant down and all. You know, Josh, you were theorizing. We were both talking about it. Kind of the amount of mollies and plant denial that Loud have. It seems like that might have been a part of their game plan, but they had no difficulties getting back into the site there.
No, they didn't. I think Leviathan perhaps should have tried to play deeper into the site and lock them out towards Pipes in Heaven. But even that strategy is going to be difficult when they can just flash back in through smokes. So I think, as we saw in the Loud Sentinels game, Leviathan is going to be scrambling on the fly to come up with answers to this composition. And I'm just starting to kind of put that into your consciousness early, because that's what Lev are going to be thinking right at the start here. Even though they won the pistol and they're technically up, this will give King a little bit of time to ponder further. So we're looking at Loud with QCK not buying anything, okay, at all. Maybe just in a bit of a fluster coming out of the timeout. But it's a decent economy for both teams, aside from the Phoenix with the classic and no armor.
Yeah. Here we go. Dog to set it up as well. Nade through the back. There's a knife to try and delay along with the nade, but not really going to be stopped from gaining all that space and ground. There's a kill. That's a refight as well, out through showers this entire time, and everybody evacuates. What do you say the other day, Josh? Let's TP my kittens, and they want to go straight into the site. It's up to Les to try and do the most in this situation. Round towards the back inside. Eventually cleaned up by Aspas. There's the initial trade. Site will be theirs, but, well, denial of the plan. Yeah, from the orbital strike.
Overkill, perhaps.
Tucked close. That's Aspas. Wait it now. Cut noise. 3 players left standing here for Lev to try and do something about it. 4 players from Loud trying to make their moves across. There it is. Cleanup. Finally there, but a wraparound attacks.
Oh, this is rough.
Deletes 2 years. All popped off. It's going to be protected from the side here. Trying to at least run themselves onto the side. Now the all's being popped off. Mazzino stuns across the board. Takes care of that one. Now they can reposition and play a little bit differently here. Wall crept up, propped up now against them, and they're going to try and push back against this. It's Wars on Wars, but nobody looking close to the corner. Kawazine takes him out, 1 versus 1 attack. Baiting with the spam, the damage in his face still. Plenty of time, Mazzino.
Huge in the 1v1 there against Kawazine, a player that was absolutely outrageous in the LEV vs Sentinels game in terms of the impact that he was able to put out. But he gets put down there. And Leviathan hold on. An awkward situation in the retake as QCK popped his ultimate and Kawazine just had to watch his back. Lev managed to navigate that, and a nice little push from Tex, and then also tucking himself in the corner and avoiding the fault line. These rounds are going to get chaotic as teams navigate the utility on either side. Now we're seeing Lev with a Raze Rocket moving their way towards showers. Sadak is going back to that old tried and tested judge. And he just always seems to find value out of it.
Yeah. Opposing side, though, Lev have got some beautiful tools to set up for another round, and it will be a snowball one. It will reset the economy. They win it. Aspas are the showstopper. And they're just crawling up onto the angles. I mean, very little noise being made, a couple of footsteps, but I don't seem wise to it. Flash over the top of the Dizzy. Now the satchels, and here we go. Showstopper. Clears close and forwards. There's a rocket for you. Almost direct hit there. That's regretting that he just peeked out to the side. Sadak still not going to be dealt with here with a boom bot. They heard the judge and they want nothing to do with it.
So this is going to establish Sadak's position in lamps and allow his teammates to play off that.
They're back in there. They spotted Mazzino as well. That's why they're spamming him with the bullets. You have to make an attempt of re-clearing this Mazzino. Close. Does he dare wade in to the nest? Sadak can't really take a timing peeking from this one. He's got to rely on the rest of his teammates to really do something about it. King has just shut it all down from the one side. There was backup in spades. King, this guy, looking monstrous.
Back to prime form. Looking incredible in these kind of moments, navigating things well, and with a player advantage, thanks to Aspas's ultimate, Leviathan come out to a 4-1 lead. This was Lev's pick. This is Aspas's playground. And the whole team is functioning really nicely, managing to pick apart Loud, who looked really tight with each other on the last retake, but here King is able to pick them off one by one as they swing around triple. Loud's economy is going to get broken. I'm sure they'll have an idea at the start of this round. And we're in. Sadak with a Bucky over towards Shaw. He dodged the Dizzy at the start of the round. And one of the problems here, Bren, that I'm noticing with what Loud are doing is that they're lacking information around the map because they're not playing that kind of info initiator, at least outside of the knife from Sadak. And that means that they're not able to stack the right sites. Lev just kind of bullied them away from showers, contacted forwards, and they're really disguising where they're ending. Here, you know, King gets the pick over towards showers. They're moving towards B. QCK's read it fairly well. But Lev are not going to make too much noise, use too much utility, and make it easy for Loud.
That Trailblazer able to clear the entirety of Long. It's not the Molly now. Second wave of util, but that's going to be running out shortly. Do they still want to commit to this one? Smoke. Dropped TPs, evacuation. Now they don't have showers control. There is one player there. Sadak, close with the Bucky. What can he really do here in this spot, really? Allowing him to get out. Oh, the nade does rebound. Damage, flash, come. It's taking so much. Plan though, will get off without any problems. Along with the round here, 4 players surviving, so no real danger to the economy being done.
And look, Loud finally get the information about where Leviathan are going. They're heading towards B. They've stacked it with 3 out of 4 of the players alive, and they just go through the teleport. So, at the moment, that seems to be one of the largest issues.
One enemy remaining.
They can't pin them down, and if they overstack to try to defend, then the teleport's happening, and Loud are not aiming to keep control of showers.
Yeah. You know, manage more people over towards those directions. If you have got a Viper Pit to lock down one of the avenues.
And it looks like Les is trying to do that right at the start of the round over towards B long. Just jiggling her for the moment. Perhaps planning to pop that off noise. Look how quiet these rounds are at the start for Leviathan. Forcing Loud to jiggle peek all over. They're jiggle peeking B long, jiggle peeking over towards showers, trying to get that info about where Lev are pathing. And the dog going down short is not in any way where Lev are headed. And that's another punish on a jump peek for B long.
Yeah, it's the info game. That's what it's all about here. Thrash. Straight deep into the site, sent flying, Kawazine. Got to respect it now, got to back away. Team's not there to help. Aiden a satchel, a bit of whiffage there. Aspasto up onto the high ground. This will be a plant going down most likely. Hello. Up top though, maybe a noise cue being heard. Kawazine, he wants to send this one. Rolling Thunder. Players send packing and flying. King is close to the corner here. The spike was dropped down. They want to refight this into the back of the side. King, he's still alive and active. They don't actually know he's there. Dropped to his knees though. Sadak not down for the moment. Still going to be providing the info, calming this to his team. Stun, misses, Thrash, round 2. Sending it back in, trying to help out and bail out the IGL. In through the back of the side. It's only up to Kawazine. He's locked.
One enemy remaining.
Isolated to his own devices. Into the back of the side. He can't do anything. It's a 1v3. No more util. Doubled up into elbow. Steadily turning into an impossible round for Kawazine. Have to absolutely go crazy. The jiggle, not enough to overpeat. They can hear the footsteps and tap. Tex taking first contact, but they double up in the end to clean it up. So 6-1. And Josh, I know you want to talk about it, these jump spots, trying to gather the info.
Yeah.
It's been punishing them.
They totally have. I mean, the Leviathan players relying on one of the things that this roster was built for, incredible mechanics. Punishing jump peaks like this is not easy. And Aspas and Tex are making it look like it is. I also think that the Battle of King inside Tube, locked in there, but taking the duel against King.
Untap, sorry.
It's almost like a personification of the wider battle of the IGLs that's happening in the match. And King was supported so well by the rest of his team there. Here they're trying to go for a fault line play. If Les gets pressured, there's a fault line for him to swing off.
But it hasn't been working.
No, I mean...
trying to play for the B long control with that stun.
The problem is Leviathan are not hard committing up B long. They're poking and prodding and trying to draw out the reaction from Loud. The jump peek or the flash.
Nice in the TP to cancel that dog out, but really the Trailblazer got a lot of info.
And I think it bears mentioning here at this point, when Leviathan are up 6-1 fairly dominantly, King has never IGL'd his teams to even a map win against Sadax.
Yeah.
He's just lost 2-0, 2-0 the 2 times that they've played against Loud. And this is so much more successful than previous attempts.
Blinded.
We're going to ensure to keep this one going. The tiniest amounts of util being used to just peel out these mollies. Of course, Loud have got the war chest full of them, but they have stacked this side up. There's 4 players waiting here. Could get dangerous despite the fact that they're on the half buy.
And Les is ready to shoot them if they take that teleporter.
30 seconds left.
Might just decide to cancel this one straight into him. We'll see. Wingman down through. See if they can get that spike planted. And a flash play right into the back of the site, cleaning them up. Beautiful call.
One enemy remaining.
It's all over. And Louder stacking the right side with 4 players. And this combo is just utterly deadly. The Gecko in the sky is so difficult to get around. I love what Leviathan have cooked up here. Woo. It's so solid.
Yeah.
You can see Loud trying to adapt to it, trying to hold on. But the fight for backside is really powerful. And if Loud give up backside control, trying to get back in is still going to be difficult. It's going to bleed them out of utility. There's no easy answer here. And Loud are losing all of the map control battles. Take a look at that. Just a flash through. They've got flash dizzy combos. They can just go for a pop flash. So many different ways of fighting. Loud are scrambling for an answer here.
Looks like their solution might be that deep push out through A short. 5 players though have left. Everyone through showers. Up to the corner by Aspas, just momentarily playing that anti-flash. Here's the ult now, offloaded, sent flying. Mollies to try and at least delay, buy them a bit of time. The nades might be enough. No, that's just spam up into heaven. They've taken out Kawazine. Sadak back against the wall. Hello. Lovely shot. The trouble with everybody grouped up into showers, you just give them free reign and space through A short. The call has to be the cancel here for Lev.
Incredible awareness of the wallbang angles from Sadak, who's doing tiny bits of chunking damage to them. And this is one of the first times, actually, that Leviathan have been stalled out from going for their hit. They don't have an option over towards B. They don't know if somebody's pushed. No Sentinel in this comp to watch the flank. So this is going to be an extraordinarily slow re-clear.
And walking through cave.
The time is ticking. There's 35 seconds. But for Loud, it is quite difficult to know where have LEV
30
gone.
seconds left.
Are they
Just a knife.
re-clearing short? Are they going for a re-hit?
That's the trouble. Oh, they are. Walk their way over back towards A. Now, they didn't rotate off because of the prior knife that tagged onto Les. Here we go. Explosive. Any other tools to try and delay the plant here could be absolutely essential.
seconds left.
Gone for the plant. Pit laid down on top of this one. Will it be the spam kill? Nothing claimed, so the spike's planted. But the pit's still up too. It makes this one really difficult to try and get themselves through. Aspas! Oh, it's filthy stuff. Filthy stuff indeed. Les, though, not willing to go down without a fight. That's control for him. Nade bounce back. Sadak gaining the rifle. Just needs a few stray bullets here, but King just walks straight into the back of the side. How wide here? Reload, but there's the wraparound of Mazino.
Even those fundamentals are falling apart now for Loud. The way that QCK and Kawazine, or QCK and 2Es, I think it was actually, took the fight there with each other. Delayed, you know, slowly going through the harbor wall, not both at the same time. Loud have been put under a serious amount of pressure, and they cannot find the answer. There was about 15 seconds left for this plant to go down. They didn't have any utility to deny the plant, and the pit made it so devastatingly difficult to get back in.
Let's go, guys.
This is dominance from Lev.
This is huge. This is super team performance shutting down Loud right now. This is not Aspas running around the map carrying them.
No.
If that was your concern with LEV against 100 Thieves, this should start to put that to bed. Aspas is playing great, absolutely. We saw a 2K from him in the prior round. But this is them outmaneuvering Loud, playing to the weaknesses of this comp. King is here holding a push. No flashes for QCK.
No, it's going to be a late push from King, I think, when his team gets through into A short. It is the bargain bin by from Loud. They're really working with little to nothing. Molly, and no one player there. Out towards it, into showers, 2 years. Landing, nailing these shots. He's ran out of bullets, and there's the backstab. Applied by King. Safe pair of hands, 3 of them. Left standing here onto Loud. Less. That's through the TP as well. Makes a bit of a surprise exit there, and with the kill as well. Another one. Loud. Sheer force just overwhelming the players onto the site. Leave it just down to Comp. 1 versus 3. A tap, baits it out with the spray. Wall finally down. Players are low here. This is entirely winnable. For Com, entirely winnable. The Sadak. What is in your face to the judge?
And it's incredible that the round that Loud win is mostly due to the fact that Les solo decides, I'm actually just going to run through the teleporter and 1v2 these guys in showers. I feel like sometimes we have seen that from Loud in the past, where Les just decides, right, the game plan's not winning. I am just going to force these fights and win by virtue of my superior skill. But that doesn't bode particularly well, because at that point you have kind of admitted that the game plan's not working. And Loud, they've only managed to get their 2nd round on the board. Tex with another huge ultimate to work with, and yeah, Loud have got their own. They haven't been able to convert them into any level of success. The calling from King and then Com as the secondary is just running rings around Loud right now with this slow pace to the game, choking Loud out.
Oh yeah! Monster
Interesting
on the
position
loose.
being played here. Thrash. And through B.
Look at the positioning of QCK and Spawn. He's just playing rotate, trying to help the rest of his team with the Phoenix ultimate. And this is all a feint. None of this is real pressure.
Just to pull the players over, and guess what? A short control is gained. Sadak holds off, nade laid down, so he can still hold on at least to a bit of a semblance of Lamp's control, but he does give it up towards the back of the side of the rest of his team. Smokes, dropped and partitioned.
And now, as they rotate, Kawenzine is going to hear all of this. Can he get in the corner in time?
Kawenzine, the off angle.
He's going to get
Monumental, Dizzy, broken, but you're right, the clearance was there. Mazzino, far left flank, able to assist for the rest of his team now. 4 versus 4, and there's still 50 seconds left. Everything has just been rapid, rapid, rapid.
And look, Loud have no idea where LEV are going. They're in spawn right now. They don't know if this is going to be a reaction through the teleporter, moving back over to short, committing to B. They just want to try to get back in with QCK's ult.
Oh, not again! Oh, brutal. Oh, what a strike though to deny the plant. Still time though.
I got the spike.
25 seconds left. That's all the key for LEV here. Pulling out that key utility finally now into the post plant. Already flashed through. QCK forwards is the approach. Running back. Plenty of targets, but only the one removed. But now he's got a second chance, a second lease of life to flank. Sadak
Distracting.
all the way behind. Running and gunning, it reigns supreme. The battle of the IGLs is all being traded. Has to be heroics. Aspas can't stand up to the challenge.
And Loud finally managed to pull 2 rounds together in a row. This one because they're able to get that flank off. Kawenzine and Sadak both deciding to push on defense. Find those solo timings. If Leviathan are going to group up and try to ping pong from side to side, Kawenzine's going to get a bit of value, a bit of information, and then Sadak the same.
30 seconds left.
After Leviathan committed to B. Even if this half ends 8-4, even if Loud pulls out 3 in a row at the end, is that anywhere near enough? You can't count Loud out, but it would be at a massive disadvantage.
Looks entirely LEV's game to wrap up. Nice pretty bow, at least for the map. Aspas another ult earned. Deep flash. No real noise cues gained from this one. Here's the Seekers. Dodging with a knife.
But look, Loud are doing the push again.
They want to try and fight this one. I mean, yes, they're pushing out into the back of the side. They're on it. Of course it finds his mark. Aspas, though, Eventually shut down. You're right, Josh. There is that flank attempt to push coming through round to the back. That's 2
So
years.
early.
Here in a reload is so damn early. They're not expecting it. Double face, 2 years. Too easy.
No charges.
Spike out in the middle of nowhere. Here's that discipline being instilled now into Loud. They slow it down. Don't want to overstep themselves. It's King Mazzino versus the world.
Carrying spike.
Plant sticking. Really does isolate King into that. It's a solo player. He will fall. Oh, popped off. Can it be doable, Mazzino? Maybe set up for these fights as well, but the stun's just being littered. Yeah, he's pushed off. Kawazin not ready, and the stun missed entirely. Oh, what a clutch!
Incredible play from Mazzino there to finish out the half. He gets his ultimate with the plant. King throws his body on the line, and the swing timings could not be more perfect, exactly as the first bolt of the stun is coming through. It's Aspas again to open it up, but Mazzino makes himself known, and every player on LEV has found their moment in this half.
Yeah. Beautiful ending to the round. That sets them up for the 9-3. Magical beginning here for LEV. Let's send it down to the desk for them to break it down so far.
Thank you very much, Brent. Heartbreak at the end of that round. Kawazin is a different idea.
Oh, to stand a chance in this one, you got to imagine. I mean, 9-3. Yeah, we don't really know how Loud's comp is going to work out on their attack side, but what a hell of a hill to climb to try and get back into the map.
And if you think about how Loud's composition worked on Ascent, it took map control and then tried to execute with huge amounts of pressure onto the players anchoring. That sometimes on Bind isn't the greatest way to play, because it makes it kind of easy for the defenders to figure out where you're going and what you're doing. It's good to see that QCK is thinking about the future. They're assuming they're not going to get 13-3'd.
Yeah, farm up the orb, try and get the ult online. 13-3, I mean, Wire was bringing it up as well. That's one of the most brutal maps that Loud have ever lost. Even mentioned it was against Com, it was EG. Seeking to dish it out again.
Is that the series where they came back and smoked them 13-0?
Yeah, it was, I think, yeah.
They can dish it back out.
Yeah, they really can. Here we go, Smoke's dropped. Laid at the feet, what a shot by QCK. Actually thinking twice about that one. It's a bit of a weird one there. Fight into Lamps. King removed. Aspas. Oh boy, chase down and jump peek with the right click. Brutal in every single sense of the word. Corn flash a little bit too deep here. Does not find the mark. Flawless round here for Loud.
Featuring Master Shifu sitting down Tai Lung. Gave him the business there, didn't he? So Loud absolutely needed that one. It was imperative that they got it on the board. And they're going to have so many ults starting to cycle up. If they can convert this, start to farm up the Phoenix ult, look good about it on their attack side, there are chances that they can build some kind of snowball that turns into an avalanche. They spot Aspas on the cross. There are so many Leviathan players here.
He's got to evacuate. Yeah, he's got a TP.
Not that that's really a problem. Look how many other people are around.
Stun into the corner. There's a flash play to try to fight this one. Loud. Stand their ground, rooted into the spot. Almost getting away with it, though. Still alive.
They're worried. They don't know exactly how many other players are here. Mazzino, of course, could still be on B, as far as Loud are aware.
Play by Kawazin. Walking through, spotting it by Comp. Attempt to just re-peek back out, get some of that information. So should be a clean cut round. All for Loud here with the plan online.
Because QCK ended up falling, though, they're not looking to try to farm up the Phoenix ult. Not going to quite have that one online, as far as I'm aware. So a lot of this is about the ult cycling, and I think it's pretty important, actually, for Leviathan to just go down to Spike here.
Yeah.
You don't want to start building up these huge ultimates that the Loud composition is going to have access to.
Where's Aspas off to?
Perhaps seeing if he can get an exit over towards Hookah.
Does he really want to be saving the Sheriff?
I wouldn't imagine so, but he's got a little bit of time to sneak back in.
Kind of sure. Might be able to get the one here. It's just less.
Here. One enemy
Hello.
remaining.
Okay, there is the one.
Zeno goes down to Spike. This next round is going to be absolutely crucial. Les didn't buy, so he's going to be able to afford to bring a rifle into the round. They already have a rifle and 2 bulldogs, and they're 1 orb away from Phoenix Up. This is what I'm talking about. The potential is there for Loud to take this round and start an ult cycle that can really push this momentum forwards for them. Leviathan would love to take this one. Go up 10-5, keep things clean, calm, under control.
Stunt that momentum. You don't want to let a team like Loud get going.
Aspas goes for the cross again over towards the teleporter on B.
Jiggle. My king, lucky. It was a bit of a pre-fire attempt. Aspas did get the cross, so here he is. Slide off angle. Is that to bait them to push up into Aspas?
I think it is.
Yeah, the dog through showers.
A lot of times the attacking teams are going to try and punish the Sky for that, and Aspas is just ready and waiting.
They're not expecting it. Holy!
What a reaction from
QCK! He's rapid with it! Instantaneous! The fight being taken to him. King now, trapped forwards, but there's that ult. He's only just taken him out, and there's a second go of things once more spammed. In through the tube, flash into the corner, pushing back, trying to fight them tooth and nail, but the players are corralled and cornered of Lev in through elbow. Didn't we say it at the start of this round? You don't want to let a team like Loud get going, that momentum. But they've done it now. Maybe Mazzino could do something, but they have to get plenty more after that. Sadak falling. At some point, you got to call it, unless you find another pickoff. Has to be the save here for Lev, so...
Stun there's a little dangerous too. Mazzino might not find it too easy to get out with his life. He's got the cove.
Yeah, doesn't choose to use
Takes
it.
the more dangerous option, but he gets out with his life. Leviathan will at least have 2 rifles into the next, but their economy's going to be in a really unusual spot. Whenever you save in these kind of situations, Tex and Mazzino are going to be hurting for money and wanting to save the rifles again next time. Loud are doing the same kind of stuff they did on Ascent. They're not trying to play the map, ping pong from side to side, make a crucial mid-round call. They take an area of the map, they exec. Good luck stopping them. That's basically the game plan with this composition, right? It's looked
so well
really
drilled.
tough. I mean, that swing from QCK is so fast. Bullets start flying at Cowanzine, and he's like the Secret Service. Leaps in front of them and takes
He's right
out...
there.
Toxins going up.
Yeah, he just did not care.
It was wild.
Something to prove, though, I think. Playing like it.
Here.
And yeah, everyone holding hands up through short walls go down, seeking to find a player, just walking and wading straight across here. Now, there's always the danger of the stack here. It's a weaker buy of Lev, but
Careful now.
still not being removed from the back of the side. Plan of Kawazine. Nothing to delay, nothing to deny. Long-range artillery to util. That's send flying. Dizzy dealt with. All up now in their faces.
These are not super comfortable positions for Loud.
Actually forced them forwards a little bit here. Tex is defusing this one. No, Wingman taken out. There's a removal. Kawazine spamming through and out, but no one else really tapping to force the fight
Not
towards
much
them.
time,
King.
Bren.
Yep, another tap. Not much time. Out into the open.
Com is destined to go down to this one. He's got no chance. Can he get through the TP? No.
Nice attempt.
But that's the
Seeing
rifle's
it.
gone. And now this eco round powers up Loud's ult cycle. Right? That gets Sadak's ult online. This round is also probably going to get Cowanzine's ult online.
Yeah.
And this all stems back to allowing them to win the bonus. Now suddenly this looks like they're back into the game.
Definitely does. I mean, Lev are going to be able to scrape together a buy roughly. The loser's bonus racking up. House money, if you will. So it won't be too easy for Loud. It's not going to be like the equivalent of eco kills coming into them, but finding their way back into the map. Slow as it goes, there's a stun to clear into Hookah. UCK. It's raining down into the wall just to see if he could tag him onto a player playing that common angle.
Again, so much focus onto B. Whenever they've got rifles online.
Are powerless.
That seems very early.
Oh, popped off for Sadak. Set this one flying here. The TP attempt. Kawazin, he's all the way in. Wow, what a way to pave the entrance for the rest of your team to get the hell in their sight. Planted towards the back of it, actually. They're going to be trying to flip this one on its head here for Lev, knowing that Hookah is compromised. Cove deep. Mazzino surely is not going to be able to get that. It's a nasty peek.
Right before the Cove deploys.
Still going to contend and tackle a lot of these players. Flash underhanded over the top. Mosh pit now they're all in thunder. Something to deny and delay. Pushing them away. Aftershock. You just cannot walk in to the site. It's all in Loud's control. Feeling like they might want to go. Yeah, they want to try and make a go of this one, but you just got to save again. Walk away.
It's unbelievable the amount of utility that Loud has. Sadak got crunched in Hookah, and he turned around, threw a fragment grenade, and suddenly, Leviathan can't do anything about it. And then Lev are trying to get on the retake, Kawazin stuns, aftershocks. You can't do anything about it. They're getting blocked off at every turn. And another fabulous entry from Kawazin too. A timeout. Absolutely required from Leviathan. It feels like every rifle round has just ended B for Loud. And how do you get back in on these kind of sites? B on bind is notoriously difficult to retake. If you have a comp that is just designed to overwhelm the site anchors and force your...
Be hoping for a nice healthy round. On to the other side of this one with some guns intact. Have their chances for sure. Barriers down. This knife lineup probably going to be landing all the way over towards Garden. Backside of B long.
Sadak is actually knifing the opposite side of the map that they're hitting, which could be something that Leviathan can read into later on. He's never following the knife, really.
Double face. This is Lev just seeking to try and fight this one. Raw firepower is the name of the game. There was no util to set that one up. Back it away when the trade comes through. Plenty of fuel left here for Les to try and gain some of that ground. His team right next to him. Through showers, flash through, nade, forced out now. Aiming to delay.
Deep down short, Brent.
What's this here? Fight towards default, that's Aspas. One-man army, but shut down again by Sadak still. They've got control of lamps, doubled up, side by side, a tap. Not quite committal now by Sadak. Wants to get this plant down towards triple. Rotations abound by Com. He's going to be a bit late to the party, but he's got the Seekers now to utilize. And pop, okay, pop flash. Bit skew whiff, but Sadak's alive. Not punished for the mistake. Seekers right behind him. He can't quite deal with it. 9 bullets left, not enough. King runs straight up onto the line. Back triple now, and you got to imagine Lev. They're going to have that discipline. Jump spot. No easy fight, but 2 years. Not known for it. Molly dropped down. He cannot even walk up to them here. Mazzino sticking all the way into the diffuser spam. Half all the way through. There it is.
Excellent util usage towards the end there from King and Mazzino. It's just checkmate.
Yeah.
You throw down the snake bites and you've got the Cove. An unlosable situation and a very good conversion of a player advantage. Something that they hadn't really been able to get at any point. Loud had mostly been going for these A hits on the anti-ecos. This duel, though, massive. If Aspas ends up going down to Kawazin, Kawanzin's got an awesome position on site to play the rest of his team in.
Let's go. Nice round, King. Thank you.
So let's stabilize.
Yeah, Lev stabilize and get up close to ultimates.
Viper's Pit drop down. That's into shorts. That's to give their defensive setups a bit of extra bite. Oh my god. Lucky to not go down. Aim now for Loud. Set the sights onto B.
Sadak is just taking Hookah on his own. He's alone. Last time they tried to do a Hookah crunch on him, and Hookah crunches are really good when your Viper's got the pit short.
Refight. It's called off for them. Lovely, lovely attempt here with all of it. Satchel through, Les, aftershock, nowhere to run, nowhere too high. Aspas eventually drop, but the refight call again to entertainment. It's massive. Just give it up all you like to. As you in, escaping away from that one, but from the back, it's less dealt with.
Lev climbing further and further up, figuring out how to deal with this Loud B exec in real time. And the two refights, one to re-clear hookah and one to re-clear long, like almost immediately afterwards. Really excellent stuff there. Flash dizzy combo, and then a thrash over there towards long. Both areas re-cleared at once is so unusual, and that caught Loud way off guard.
Yeah, and I love that call by Lev. I think it's a fantastic read in terms of how to dish it out against a team like Loud, because they're very obvious.
Where are they going? Sadak looks like he's grouping his team up to head down short. I mean, this might be as simple as the Lamps orbital strike and send the Phoenix down the lane.
Oh yeah, they want to go fast. Here we go. Run it back. Flash through. Launch at your feet, but you do not care. Stuns. Or drop down. Tech's got a kill to Kawazine. In through the back, and he's just ducked and weaved and dodged, and he's still alive. Mazino right to the side of triple here, but Tech's eventually cleaned up. That was a Showers player.
And now Loud are actually calling a freeze in the round, backing up, inserting QCK. He's really deep in Lamps here. And the quieter Loud are, the more Leviathan are going to want to re-clear this and potentially walk into him.
How do you re-clear it? Left QCK moves forwards, flash through. Combined with a QCK peek, the back of the site fully cleared out. Orbital strike just for the unknown area. Showstopper, Showstopper! He saw him! Aspas catching it right onto the toes of QCK. Plant. Now get off here. Mazino with the flank all the way through into the back. Everybody peeking this one at the same time. Mazino lucky to be alive still. Walls up, splits him up. They've got to play in front of this one here for Loud. It's going to make these post plants even more awkward to try and play for. Molly sent flying. Beautiful angle to peek there, but it's cleaned up and traded. The kill confirmed. King! And Coleman to the fuse. He stuck this one already halfway through. And the safety in numbers, plenty of them. Teammates got his back.
Leviathan have definitely figured out what they're doing now against Loud. And getting up to map point. After one hell of a comeback from Loud, honestly. But Lev string 3 rounds in a row together. And they dominated Showers control throughout all of that. Mazino started putting pressure behind. Aspas used his ult just to make sure that his team could get into backside and pull off the retake. Good stuff. Good team coordination.
Charlie Mike, let's move.
And another great round from King.
Shutting them down.
Navigating the ults. Get themselves up to 12. This is your chance, your opportunity here, if you are Lev, to get this map done and dusted, dealt with. And Sadak, well, he was alone, completely on an island. IGL down, how do you pick up the pieces if you are Loud? Smoke fades. Flash to the corner, QCK, tap of the orb. Again, trying to bait out that response, but no one bites. Lev, falling for the reinforcements. Mazino now here. Spike is nowhere near.
Yeah, Loud are playing a spread default at the start of this round, and I think Sadak just thought, based on them hammering B over and over again, he thought they might be conditioned to give up Showers.
Right here.
It's fallen at the start of this round, and to be honest, Loud don't have too much control. They're about to hit into 3 players on B.
Willing to stand and deliver. See how strong the defense really is. Molly there, fault line, dodged. King still going to be active into this fight now with the Cove straight there. Viper Molly's also dropped down. They just cannot get into the site. It's so damn hard for them right now. Kawazine stun in his hands, in through, a little bit too deep there, but it is traded. QCK. Instant now into the back of the site, but there's a smoke just blocking and partitioning. It fades away, opens a chance up, all for Loud. 15 seconds left, time becoming an issue. Mosh pit colliding with the back of the wall. The nade on top of this one. They got to try and get this spike all the way down. Les got to commit to this. Stunned up, Dizzy trying to do the most here, but the bullets are just flying through them. And Loud, how have you managed that?
There was so much pressure there onto the from the Leviathan players, sorry. But incredible crossfires from Loud. Mazino just got left kind of in the open. There's the kill onto him, but he was faced into like 3 or 4 players from Loud who'd all got out into the site. And you saw how deep Kawazine got. He just walked out.
Yeah.
Due to those smokes, a great smoke from 2Es, a Cove as well. Loud is still making a big fight of this.
Still alive in the map. That was with Sadak going down first as well. What a salvage. Long way to go, though. LEV have got a few chances.
I think one of the questions for Sadak here is, oh, Aspas is on top of truck, actually. Just looking for that early pick.
He's tucked to the side, so he's trying to play anti-flash. Yeah, he is.
You are powerless.
That's the old rip, though, with a no command. Maybe Loud. Start to barrel their way into the side here, paving a bit of a way to get this spike down. It's a split attempt. Both the team entirely in grouping up right through showers, so that's going to be cleared out, and there's a fight being called into the back of the side. They want to try and fight for this backside control. Mazzino staying alive, but no, he just can't quite do it. Calazine! Disgusting performance.
That's an outrageous timing to push that. Again, Kawanzine stepping up. He was instrumental in their win against Sentinels. I actually think he's going to save. I don't think he is going to die.
No, not right now.
I don't think so. But, I mean, what a play from Kawanzine. He was the player that dove out of hookah in the prior round in order to suck up that space for his team and play people in. And this time, finding that avenue to swing backside. After Mazzino had done a pretty great job there, of being able to dominate a smoke, get his harbor ult off. Kawanzine gets the punish onto him and clean up another 2.
One away now from the ult, Rolling Thunder. The war machine keeps rolling.
It really does. There is power to this Loud composition. Full blind onto Tex. A punish on Mazzino, who I think was trying to and then how did he get Aspas?
Was that a 140 at the end? Is that like stealing kills?
Aspas dropped 31 in their opening game against Leviathan on this map. And now he's been kept in check. The trades, the punishes coming out from Loud with huge ults online. But Loud still have to navigate this one first. And King is gonna be a problem for Sadak to get through. Sadak's been trying to get hookah control just by flashing his way in, that kind of thing. If they want to go hookah here, King's gonna be a menace with that judge.
King holds his ground. Well, that util
use that.
expended up through B long. All sent flying.
And this is one of the first times that Loud actually follow the knife. Going up, taking B long after they suppressed Com. They might be expecting some kind of re-clear here. Remember, Leviathan have gone for that before. And all of this is a bit of a fake, a bit of a ruse.
Trailblazers are clearing. Doesn't spot anything, they don't break it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty important. Now Loud are going to have to go back and make more noise in B long, or even get the punish.
QCK, there it is!
And that's going to now call an audible for Loud. They were trying to fake it and hit over towards A, but they can just hit the gas.
Knife in the back for Com when he was just over-peeking for that info. Rest of the team there. What do you choose to expend? Just the fault line for now. Seems that way, but plenty of reinforcements have arrived. A fast rotation of LEV. They want to be into this fight. Flash, dodge, Aspas! He's only good for the one.
30 seconds
QCK
left.
was a rapid Ferrari swing from him. And a plant, not pushed back. King, though, still hiding. Oh, unfortunate with the timing. Rough. What can these players really do? Zeno tucked close. No rifle at hand, though, just the Spectre. Couldn't hit the transfer.
Well navigated by Loud. Really excellent decision there. You could see the macro game plan in action. They realized that once the Trailblazers saw nothing over towards B-Long, they had to go back into that area. And Com, thinking that it was safe, just gave them the opening pick. Really smart play from QCK. And also these trade kills are excellent from him. He's negative on the scoreboard, QCK, but he's coming up with really high impact kills when his team needs them, making sure he's part of the system. And here's our explosive round 24.
But the ult's online here. Run it back, flash through, popping straight into the site. Plenty of mollies. Util being expended here, but it's going to be fading. Clears out the smoke. Still, players not being pushed back. Guess what, Mazzino? He's still there. Holding down the ground, but it was a bit of a ruse. They were just trying to pull the players away, but this entire time, LEV have not been pushed back. They've just taken B-Long control. They want to fight for this one themselves. Rolling Thunder carves his way through into the site. It's a refight attempt being called out. Thrash detained. Players locked up. and just they can't do a bloody
down,
thing.
B.
Live it here. In droves now, and 3 players left standing for Loud. This could be it. The round, the map crumbling for them. Liv hold it down. Plenty of players ready to receive.
Welcome to my
Viper's fit to try and get themselves out. Listen, the spike is on the ground.
There's so much spam there onto Les. He's knocked down to 30 health. One more Vandal bullet will do it.
It's just not doable for Loud. They need a miracle here. They're going to try and run themselves up now. Through B long, but thrashes round 2 once more to the entertainment. It catches, and the cover's not there. Not in the slightest. It's over. In the blink of an eye. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds
Weak and
left.
fragile, less retreating. But what can he do?
He's pulled off the first part of the heist, just getting the spike.
20 seconds. He's gone back into B. It's the only option he's got unless he TP's back, but then he's got another player waiting for him.
He's just got to pray to whatever deities he holds dear, but there is simply no chance that he is getting through
10
all
seconds
5
left.
players of Leviathan.
It's looking preordained. Aspas.
Flawless.
Finally, there it is. The final blow for him.
Defenders win.
And a map on the board against his former team.
An awesome start for up. It should be somewhat readable if Aspas is being set up in the same kind of way.
Yeah.
But he's on the attack side here, where he's less likely to be dominant with the operator, using those movement abilities like crazy.
We'll see them now. Again, it's that slow start to the round. Just teasing.
This is a
The
big
flash.
push down mid.
Oh, hello, yep. Certainly is. QCK holding that crossfire. Guess what? Sadak's going to be remaining there, at least for a moment, but now the call is made. Themselves into the A site. Clear it out with the boombox.
It's not going to clear less.
And he's inside the smoke, just dominating the angle. Here he is, 1 bullet left in the chamber, but no more congestion.
A ceasefire called between Aspas and Les.
Back away and call their ground here, but this is really fast onto the retake. Dog, Trailblazer stun, all connecting. They wrapped all the way around and they were none the wiser. Mazzino, there's not much you can do here, son. Even with the pull here, half onto the defuse, cuts it away, but they know exactly where he is and the bullets will do the job.
A lovely pistol round from Loud there. The reaction to walk down mid after Leviathan take ramp control, pretty perfect. You look at the Loud composition, right? We know how Levs is going to play.
You do yours.
But Loud's comp on defense still actually needs to walk push out of areas or to force fights because they don't have that Sova. They don't have the Cypher to be able to give them constant information around the map with trips.
Passive
and with
map
the cam.
control.
Yeah. The passive information is just so powerful with the Cypher, and neither team have that. So both teams are going to want to fight areas more aggressively, and specifically for Loud, trying to push QCK into aggressive angles with Initiator utility.
Pretty cool start to get them up onto the angle here for Lev. You're on QCK because he's at a slide-off angle, got the nade in his hands. Lots of targets. We'd love to grab him as well, building up some of these ults. As soon as the first wave of utils used, that was a paranoia too. So okay, stun, paranoia, nade,
Toxins going up.
Great
all
combo.
comboed up.
Loud are going to be using those around the map to put pressure onto Leviathan whenever they try to take map control. And with this composition, often the areas that you're fighting over somewhat obvious because Com's going to often be using the dog to indicate which areas of the map they're going towards.
The danger in this round circumnavigated, isn't it?
Certainly should be, unless Aspas can top some heads. It's going to be caught. Oh, wow. Even the business Mazzino. Now, Mazzino was shooting bodies map 1. But, I mean, Loud are letting them know here.
They're getting personal, maybe?
Possibly. There's not really too much of a rivalry as far as I'm aware between these two teams. Like I said, Loud have only played against Leviathan twice. Both of those were 2-0s in favor of Loud. Bind was the first time where King's actually been able to IGL a team to success against Sadak. So that's a big win on the board for Lev early.
Slow and spread out here for Lev. Their attack side default.
You see that Mazzino's got that start down in B main. That's great if there's some kind of aggression, but it's also really good as a pullback smoke just to deny the one-way its power.
Blinded.
Sadak is so deep into B main as well. Team editor's back here. Pop flash. Denied with the info. Mazzino taking another peek of it. His job is done. Really, to contain that one, Kawazina has to be cleared up. Has to be cleared up. What?
There's no way.
Is that, man?
Just slips out on 6 health. The heals coming through from both teams. But the kill's a bit more important. We're seeing now King looking to fight an aggressive kind of lurk position over towards A ramp. And Lesson 2's are clearing out King's area at the same time as LEV takes some mid control. Difficult to know which is actually going to find value first.
Calls being made. There were 40 seconds here.
Lesson 2's could get pinched here really easily, and King is out of danger now.
They have to hit us, surely. Dropping down with the ropes on top. Flash through. Good connection. Great one at that. Kawazine caught up, but guess what? There's players still at ramp. Maintaining control of this one. Everybody straight to the site. It's going to put Loud in a good position to refight for that heaven control.
Planted.
But they've still got Mazzino super late behind.
Insurance policy.
Com is
Not aware.
wiser. They have
Not
no
aware.
idea that there were players over towards ramps. They'll be thinking to themselves, why didn't those guys shoot earlier? They just hid on ramp.
Right from the back here, Mazzino finally lurking and reveals his hand. Now, I don't believe he's got any stars for the spike here, so still shut him down. Flatline, close to the corner, that's Aspas. He's hoping that somebody just wades right into his sight line.
The time.
Up onto the side, yeah, the time. Patience! Really holding it with the trigger discipline. That crossfire setup is just elite. 2 years. You can't work with that now. It's ticking far too fast. Got to give this one up. Maybe he can take it a gun away. Yes, he can. But still...
I mean, I would consider that a great bonus round for Loud. Yes, Leviathan put one on the board, but look at the economy that they're working with now. It's going to be light armor with a rifle onto everybody.
Yeah.
And some people might not even be able to afford full utility here. Yeah, look at Com. When we come back in, he's only able to afford one flash. So even though Loud are not able to pick up the round, they've accomplished some level of their goal. Com has actually gone with a Bulldog here just so that he can afford all of that utility. And Aspas is only working with the Guardian. Early round, stun, B main control. Trying to punish 2's. I mean, there's nothing behind that at all, is there? Just calls their bluff.
No real threat. I mean, still locking down that B main angle. Hasn't been pushed back.
I think Loud have got one of the best callers in the game on defense. I mean, Sadak is so phenomenal at making these adjustments on the defense side of maps. And you see his game plan at the start here. They're flushing King out with the dog, but King finds less.
Fight to be taken here. Okay, backing away. Satchel's to disengage, and they're trying to hunt King. I mean, he's calling for them to rotate back through mid here. Apply some of that extra pressure as well. He's pulled these players all the way to him, like you said, hunting him down. I mean, they've got players in sewers. Crossfire setup, QCK and Kawazina here, right behind them. They might be able to just catch us. Yes, they can. Wasn't played too patiently here, but QCK takes what he's given.
And King's like a trapped animal on A.
Yeah.
I think, guys, please, I don't have the spike. Leave me alone.
He's corralled into the corner, finally. Spike planted. They're going to try and set themselves up here. They need to deal with King. I mean, he is becoming a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah, and he's going to take tons of time off the clock. And that's one of the problems that Loud had in the previous round.
Oh my God. Footstep. Sadak. He's like, please, just swing into me, man. I need to play with the rest of my team. And finally, okay, deals with him. But that has more time off the clock. And now the fight to be taken. Stun. It did connect. LEV have already claimed 2 of them. Despite those weaker guns. Drop down for main Aspas. Nasty shot. He might just say, I mean, King potentially single-handedly won this round for them. I mean, Sadak, you can't go for it now. Back away. Rifle has to be saved. Holding on for a little bit too long there. But genuinely, I mean, King, he was just causing a distraction of a lifetime.
Yeah, and that's the second round in a row now that he's been able to find that aggressive lurk into A. He knows that Loud are fighting over heaven and ramp control, and they're not putting anybody as a hard anchor on the site. He also knows that there's no cipher. I mean, that one's a given. but what that means is there's no trip that he has to break, no way that Loud know the timing that he's taken to be able to get into A. So Loud are now going to have to swap up their defense setup.
It's a blessing to be alive.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be alive.
So look, Loud now making the adjustment. Bonkers shot at the start of the round. But Kawazine is hard anchoring A. And King's like, all right, I did it twice. I'm not going to do it again.
He's holding so far back.
He's miles away, and he's actually going to potentially bait the push. Coming out of Sadak and QCK. I mean, King is tearing them to pieces.
Yeah, it's a half buy, but impressive nevertheless.
Because again, the read is just so immaculate from King. Lev actually struggled a ton with dealing with 100 Thieves. And yeah, it was a completely different composition. But it was because 100 Thieves were fighting them so hard at the start of the rounds. I don't think this is doable, though.
God. I mean, it shouldn't be doable. Con was falling asleep at the wheel ever so slightly. Should just be economical damage. That's what less is 104.
Enemy remaining.
And King's aim is looking so much sharper than it was in the game against 100 Thieves, too.
Yeah.
I mean, King was like changing his crosshair halfway through the game just to try and get his aim back on form. And now, he's just tapping people with the Phantom.
Whatever works.
Absolutely. Now, I think it still is relevant a little bit, though, to compare and contrast the way that Lev is playing. Because Loud want to do the same thing that 100 Thieves did, where they fight them on defense. They've got a comp that wants to catch Leviathan into the breach utility, flash them, attack them. But instead, King's finding these perfect moments to bait it out or bypass it. And I think Loud, again, have got to try and hold somebody in a hard anchor position A, just in case King goes for that aggro lurk. And that's a big problem.
It's Loud comp missing the fact that in the past, they were running it, the double duelist, they could build Aspas with the operator on those deep angles. Don't really have the answer to that this time. 2 years. Gotta respect them. Just a jump spot for info, so he knows. Main, there's Flash. Round to the side of the pillar. I think shake with the util.
Kawanzin and QCK were hard anchoring A at the start of the round, and that makes mid and B a little weaker, right? Because those players are going to be so much further away. So Leviathan are pressuring in that kind of direction. Now they call a bit of a freeze in the mid round, trying to figure out, have they pulled rotates? Is there a possibility that some area of the map's opened up? And the spike starts traveling over to A. Is this going to be some kind of big elaborate fake with the Cosmic Divide? King has been known to call.
Yeah, it looks
pretty
like
excellent stuff.
I mean, the players are set up in position. 2 into main, but a spike nowhere near.
You are divided.
Orb up. Here's the Cosmic Divide. Trailblazer. Star into the back. It really does feel like it's going to be that B hit, but in front of the wall, that's Sadak! He's gone! Didn't stand a chance, and the rest are left. They strike them right where it hurts. The peak for re-information, and now
30 seconds
A
left.
site entirely opened up. 2 years.
Spike planted.
Get his one.
But as the last player alive, he just doesn't know where Com is. He has no information about where the Leviathan players are on A. This is a no-go.
Yeah. What a read from you, Josh, as well. I mean, okay, guns removed. Plenty of money to buy for Lev as well. They're perfectly willing to hunt this out.
Now, the big problem for Loud in this round, though, wasn't just the fake. It's that Kawanzin and QCK are there looking for information A-ramp. And you might think to yourself, well, they have tons of utility to use. They should actually be able to take a fight on A-ramp. But they don't know the timing. These guys are contacting forwards. Kawanzin can't just randomly start flashing around the map. Or I guess he can, but you'd have to have a sick read for it not just to be wasted utility. So the utility advantage that Loud has with Kawanzin and Sadak playing double initiator is neutralized when Lev are running fake plays or contact plays like that. Because Loud just can't find the timing.
God, lucky to be alive. And yeah, you're seeing that evidence now. Definitely building up that these Sky compositions looking a bit aged with changes. It's that mid-round information with your defensive sides. You lack it so much unless you post somebody up onto a deep angle.
And Loud are trying to get that mid-round information by double pushing, by having, you know, people jiggle peek. I mean, now they're using the dog to re-clear B main. They know that it's probably headed towards A.
There's no stack of players waiting, and the guns aren't good for Loud.
Sadak is booking his way over here.
Out of charges.
With the Bucky.
From spot less, lets the molly rip close. Kawanzin? Bucky gaming occurring right now. TP2 it is! You committed that!
Oh, no.
You having a laugh? Are you sick on the line? What is going on? That is ridiculous. Still, King. One hell of a time to
30
take with
seconds
QCK
left.
nade in his hands. Less than 30 seconds left now, but the players, surely they can't make something of this. Still got the full containment onto this side. In fact, a rifle in the hands of Sadak. Do you want to call for the cancel? The pivot, they don't know. They're really just moving around. Heads on a swivel on either side, either direction. They haven't cleared this player. How the hell they made a call? Wait, surely this is too late. Melon's moment. Maybe
10
potentially
seconds.
occurring. No, surely they've got enough. They clear up the stragglers.
Barely.
Barely, with 2 seconds left.
Knowing that timing so precisely.
Oh my, what is that pit?
I mean, pitting in the 3v2 when
enemy
you have
remaining.
people ready to collect the rotators as well. It is a heavy investment from LEV. I mean, what is this?
Yeah, a lot to break down here.
What is that?
Look forward to the desk a bit later. What is this? But it is a 1 round for LEV. I mean, they had just enough time for the pivot.
And I'll tell you what, King's ult is better than 2 Eases in that round. That's still probably one of the most ambitious Omen TP plays I've seen. Trying to follow up on the stun, I think, from Cowanzine, just thinking, I mean,
That's a crazy one. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You see an Omen TP right next to you, you don't shoot him because you're like, oh, well, cancel. He sees 4 of us.
Yeah.
He'll cancel, right? He didn't.
I gotta say, though,
Aspas one down. Okay.
the silly round.
this was the silly round.
Yeah, the vulnerable there is really strong. But this was certainly the silly round. I mean, what? I mean, the stun doesn't even catch onto everybody. That is a silly round.
God.
Loud are going to take a timeout here. Now, to talk about what went well in that round, though, Leviathan navigated a really difficult situation beautifully. And the
Having a worldie of a performance. Like you said, those mid-round adjustments, his individual play as well, has just been on top of it. Haven't needed to see Aspas really just take over the game. Flash to set it up. Double satchel play, so Tex can gain that space up into Ram. Spam the bullets, avoided and just evaded.
The updraft dash.
Interesting angle. The updraft doesn't connect there, not with the Blade Storm. Into the site now. Through the back of it. Offloading the Viper's pit. Seekers also used. Tex doesn't have a satchel, he thought he did.
This pit is amazing to try to flood defend. Mazzino's just stuck the plant. He's planted it
now.
for heaven, so
Yeah.
there's going to be a fight here over towards ramp. And they're going to rotate on each other, right? It's actually huge that QCK maintains some heaven control.
Showstopper though, sends it flying and caught me. Was spotted earlier from the Seeker. Trade King, straight in her face, rolling thunder, collide, collision course, 2 years, right from the back though. And now they can try and gain that ground. Granted to them, no, not quite. They give up entirely. And Texas still maintaining it. Time ticking away, pit going down. Sadak now with the defuse. He realizes he has to get onto this one, but the pull, Mazzino from afar. He just pushes them off the defuse entirely. And Sadak trying to stick. Mazzino! It's all him, baby! Absolutely sublime!
Loud had so much time pressure, and they fumble it at the end. Incredible moment from Mazzino there. If any single player had been able to shut him down, probably the defuse ends up coming through. And I think that Loud identified what was going on here quite nicely. They knew that LEV were going to be fighting over ramp, and instead of going with the pit through screens, they decided to deny heaven control entirely. But Mazzino doesn't go through heaven. He just chads his way through main, rips off 3 heads, and puts LEV up to 6.
Here.
Not a single rifle round has gone the way of Loud here.
Nasty business. This LEV team are looking large and in charge. They want to take a victory. They've never had before against this Loud organization, but they are setting the stage.
Loud are still going to be able to buy in this one thanks to their massive loss bonus. Silver linings. But it's a rain cloud hovering above the head of Sadak. They would have loved to get out the group cleanly. A reminder that this game, while it's not an elimination, is actually huge because of how tough this group is. Sentinels are waiting, just ready to play against
Watching this
either of these
game.
2 teams.
Oh yeah, you know they're watching. You're walking a tightrope, and there's piranhas waiting right below you. You don't want to slip down to the lowers. The Send team looks deadly, even though Loud have already dealt with them before.
QCK is monitoring heaven. double players anchoring from Loud. That adjustment to try to deal with King may end up helping them in this round too. Look how difficult it is for Loud to find any timing to use their util.
Yeah, finally though, there's a connection with the stun as well, and it messes up the movement of Tex. A lot of util being used, a boatload of it towards the back of the map. Unless, yeah, he's going to get spammed down there. Aftershock trying to push them back out of these positions. They haven't dealt the players anchoring to the site. The spike is down. There's only 13 seconds left here. This is a one round for Loud. It should be all in theory. There's really not enough time to work with. Off angle, QCK, crouched down and dodging and juking and just ducking out of danger.
And one of the issues with LEV contacting all the way up through Heaven is that they actually didn't realize that there was 2 players hard anchoring there. You know, that setup was almost luckily perfect to deal with what LEV went for. Kawanzin and Les in great positions to punish King if he went for the lurk, but also to punish a Heaven to sight kind of hit. They just maintain that control over elbow and screens. Loud were able to mount a comeback after getting only a few rounds in the first half of Bind. They made it a game.
There's 3 rounds.
So, how many do they need here? Loud's comp is going to be powerful on the attack side. But at the same time, LEV have been completely in control so far. Once again, going for that contact play. I think you really need to be spamming the wall when it goes up like that. But Les is worried in case they burst onto him. At any point, this double duelist composition can go from contacting to exploding.
Look at all the space.
Meanwhile, Com is going to try to sell that it's on the other side of the map, I think.
Oh, that's what you need.
Yeah, there's the spam.
So as it drops down,
Les has just found another 2 players. LEV decide to engage.
they're all the way in, but crouched into the corner. Karazin collects. Still here, still active, still in the fight, and Snappy! The aim looking good here, Loud.
Look at what an adjustment having Kawanzin hard anchor has done.
30 seconds left.
Loud have to be so confident to play against LEV when they have no information. But they're good for it when they're anchoring the sites.
Yeah, call to save. 2 remaining LEV players, and you're right. When they're anchoring in those positions, they're good for it.
It actually makes such an enormous difference to the way that they're playing. Loud previously were
10
playing for
seconds left.
information. They were trying to make up for the downsides of their comp by hunting ramp and trying to see when Leviathan would fight. And now they've adjusted to basically saving all of their utility. They're like, right, okay, if you're going to contact around the map and not using a util, I guess we'll save ours. Yeah. And we'll just meet you at the site. Now, King could push this another level further and start contacting into like Spawn and that kind of stuff, and really just take as much room as Loud are possibly giving them.
Wonderful timing from Les there with the orb being propped up. Just gives the extra cover for Karazin.
4 players from Loud over towards B, an absolutely hard read that LEV were heading in that direction. It's not the case at all. And if LEV just decide to burst sight here, Loud have been put in a rough situation because of the gamble at the very start of the round. Yeah, they're going to have to play full retake.
All the way off the site. Interesting to see how they might just play this one, refighting. Les has already got the space up into Heaven. This is pretty crucial. Planning for Heaven. Control here for Loud. Now they're going to seek to potentially refight now over towards Ramp. Or it's a call made by LEV. It looked like they wanted to just maybe go for this. But no. Straight through elbow. That's where the players are meeting. Stun. It's nice. Shotgun right in their faces. Sadak gains the upgrade.
Les has to control Heaven.
Planted out into the open. Sadak's defusing. Already on half. And yet that Heaven control needs to be maintained, but it's been lost instantaneously.
The defuse is just gone.
It's just stuck.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When LEV plant like this, they're trying to refight Heaven so that they can spam, right? And if you completely deny them Heaven like this, it's the same thing we saw from Sen. It's such a great retake protocol. You have some people coming through screens, and you have some people stopping the players that are trying to wrap up towards Heaven.
Yeah.
Beautifully done. Really fast from Loud. And that's them going for the
that operator in his hands. This is one way to try and put a stop to this contact playstyle. Doesn't have an exit strategy, really. Not when he's playing a raise, but it should still be good.
He knows that flash is coming, plays anti. He's just looking to try to punish the first person around this corner. Poetically, it would often be Aspas.
Calls made to cancel.
Look how much space Sadak has taken, and he has a plumbing judge in B main. He's a menace.
This is where it gets really quite tricky.
And Loud were doing this kind of thing pretty regularly in their previous match.
They've got no util to really clear this one here for B main either.
The timing is going to be crucial right now between Mazzino and Sadak, who has more discipline, but 2E's is left alone.
Lovely angle. Rogers, though, back towards the pillar. Pull at his feet. Sadak has got to hold his ground here. Stand tall and deliver, and there it is. Pellets to the chest. Mazzino really just toppling down into hell. A bit of a team flash, but maybe can set them back up, pushing them back and away. That is the widest face I've seen, but lovely movement by King.
Now we get to see whether those retakes are looking so clean over towards B. 3 players available for it. QCK's got a rifle now, and full utility on the breach.
Control there as a reflank attempt by QCK while all this is happening, and Tex is going to be
Kawanzin's looking for
target. Kawazin, yeah, calm all the time. No way. 180 adjustment there. Fault line, just lay it down, but there it is. Flank timing occurred from the back here. Com doubled up with the rest of his team.
This is rough time.
Can they even do this one? Time running shortless.
Fabulous aim from the monster Sentinel player for Loud.
Oh my.
The flanks on flanks. Both teams learning from Com's school of always be flanking. But it's QCK that actually got more value. Com had his opportunity against Kawanzin, but couldn't quite execute. What a comeback to tie this up 6-6 at the half. I did not think this was going to be possible. Doubt Sadak at your peril.
Well, let's send it down to the desk to break it all down.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bren. Quite a scrappy game so far.
Yeah. Obviously opening with the pistol round, but I mean, Loud have managed to claw their way back to that 6-6 half. And it was a little bit earlier prior, I was saying it was all LEV.
You look at Leviathan's setup on the pistol. They have so many players in mid there. King's going to throw the orb at the start of the round and reposition over towards Heaven. But they are expecting Loud to take mid control. What is this stun line? It looks disgusting from Kawanzin.
How many connections will he get onto the corner? They peek out.
What a read.
LEV more than ready for that one. Disengaged, 2 years. He's fast onto the approach, onto the line. A side angle here. Kawazin, though, removed. Wasn't so lucky. The spike's making its way over towards A. Listen, you thought the chaos was over. No, we're just getting started, apparently. It's on the other side of the map. Now, the players have been pulled. LEV calling for the re-clear down into mid all together here. One player into spawn. I believe Mazzino. What is this, DC? No, he's just holding. Baiting me.
Yeah. I mean, he knows. He knows.
And this is so far forwards. Kill. He sees it. And he claims it.
Spike planted, 2E's. Really is miles away.
Yeah. Narnia reference. We got it out of the way in the halftime, so can't make it again.
Yeah, exactly. But he's got the entire wardrobe on B. He is miles away.
They'd rebound in 2 years. Gotta get a move on. They're watching for it. They just know. Whoa, King.
Mini-map moment.
Falling asleep. QCK. No one's watching. No one's watching. Pick and choose your timings wisely. QCK might have just done it. Bought time. Ticking. Kills collected. They could not surely get away with this. Sheriff picked up. It's not halved. Have to stick it. And Com denied the defuse.
Well, at least that was a nice clean round.
How the hell have they got away with that?
I have no idea. No idea. I mean, it all starts with King looking at the mini-map and getting surprised by 2E's on a flank he knew was coming.
Valor was pissed as well headed into the halftime.
He was.
He's going to be watching this with his head in his hands, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Because while it's a cool call from Loud to turn that failed B hit into a fake, less being caught should absolutely signal the end. Leviathan are going to fight over B main at the start of the round just to get Tex another ult orb. Miles away from the ult, though. Showstopper not going to be a threat for quite some time. In these scrappy moments, I feel like either of these teams can rely on such a wealth of experience.
Regroup called by Loud. Everybody over towards A, but guess what? That's exactly where the stack is. That's a team flash onto two of them. And take that space, but eventually forwards is the move. Making waves now out towards Heaven. Players not through A main just yet. Still grouped up from LEV. Now, it's not too much damage, or at least potential damage here into the round from LEV's side. I mean, they don't have too much util to work with. Don't even have the guns, but plant online now for Kawazine. Heavy control still held on to.
It's a very nice setup here for Loud.
Yeah.
Holding on to Heaven. One person watching Heaven, one person watching vents, coverage of screens, all ready to play off each other. You can see it's going to be the same kind of thing where Loud are going to absolutely deny Heaven control for the retakers.
Might even seek as well to collect a few of these kills if you do want to hunt them down.
One enemy remaining.
Eco players attempting exits. They don't get away with it. So, economy flourishing for Loud. Should have a very, very healthy bonus round heading into the next.
And should they, I mean, should they even be on the bonus round? the pistol going one way or the other has started some serious momentum. You know, pistol rounds are so important, but especially when you have an old cycle like this where Kawazine and QCK are going to start to get up to big ones. It just matters so much. But LEV have to focus on the here and the now.
Star laid down ahead of time here for LEV. Push back maybe to B main control. Tex is the TP. That's the purpose of the nade with the pull on top of it.
Good bait. 2E is just forcing out that little trap play from Leviathan. It's a nice idea. But Sadok's called the rotation over towards A. This is where Aspas lies in wait. No economy for an operator, but he's just as deadly with a rifle.
Getting sneaky with it. Cutting the noise. And like you said, Aspas deadly with the rifle. Here we go. Reclearance of the Trailblazer. Explosive and denied! QCK shut down. A bit of clay pigeon shooting occurring. Now call's being made if they want to try and refight this one up until Heaven, but do they have the util for it? 50 seconds time on their side. Could take a bit of a pause and a breather, but entirely in the way of LEV. In full control of Heaven. Rifles just singing, bullets just being slung across.
But they can't afford to give away a round like this. This was a 5v2, a massive advantage, and Aspas makes sure that Les is shut down.
There will be no chances for Loud to get back in. Spikes in the middle of nowhere. King gets the info.
And it is major that LEV win a round like this. They're hoping at some point that their economy is going to be good enough to get Aspas onto an operator. That was one of the most iconic ways that Loud would previously play this map. Triple face towards the end. No chance that Leviathan are letting another round like the pistol slip away from them.
A healthy one of that. Keeping the majority of their guns, yeah. Beautiful. Nasty shot at the beginning. Sets the tone, I think, for the round. Absolutely.
I do like this fight wall that Les is using.
They want both pistols and they're only up 6-8.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great point. It really is. They've got both pistols, only up 8-7. Loud have been struggling a little bit to be able to get rifle rounds on the board. They've had a streak of them towards the end of the first half.
Clearance here. Aspas following up the Trailblazer. 2 years.
What a punish.
Hell of a challenge. Flash, though. Safety as he tucks to the back.
Look how bold he is. Just re-wide swinging onto this angle. Not scared now that Aspas is dead. Ready to fight Com.
That kill. The call's been made.
That, I think, is a pretty hard read as well from Loud. They know that Aspas loves to get reset back up on aggressive angles over towards A with the dog. Anytime Com is going to use the Trailblazer over towards A, people are going to be looking for Aspas and trying to put him in his place.
It's up to 2 here. Com and King to really put a stop and a stand to all of this, and they deliver. Oh, they deliver with interest. Time to get the reload off. TP. Dodging, trying to bait this one, and oh, you can't really dodge that one with the flash into the corner. King is really just collected, corralled, pushed back less as he opened this one up for them. Kawazine 2 health, has to plan towards the corner. Core's made a refight. There wasn't a player ready, but Les is there. Eventually, with the trade. 1 left standing, it's Mazzino. He's walking up, and look at the awareness from Les. Certainly knows best. Mazzino. Forwards now, there's the 1! Can't get it! A 4K for Les. Stopping Leviathan in their tracks.
Excellent trading from Les. Really incredible stuff, just in the right place at the right time for his team. And Kawanzin's utility was also phenomenal. I mean, it helps to isolate King in the corner, but look how blind Com is. He's completely lost on sight. A good try by Mazzino, who's been hyper clutch in this game so far. But whenever Les has a match, he's gonna pull out rounds like that every now and then. Pass on another deep off angle over towards mid. Again, you know that he's been set up by the rest of his team there. So Loud might try to take a timing and some more aggressive map control elsewhere.
Balls a steal from Kawazin. The double face is called. LEV! They rip it away from them.
You could see there that they weren't expecting the third player.
Oh, what a shot! Okay.
That is filthy. Not the highest impact kill, but very flashy.
Stylish.
Tui's has his ultimate, so this round isn't over. They're in a 2v4 and the spike's down, but it doesn't really matter if Tui's can find a kill. I mean, Sadak does not need to be fighting for this spike either.
Grabs it.
Yeah, but now
there's no one nearby.
Sadak is on the complete opposite side of the map and it keeps going deeper.
Tuyas doesn't even know if it's safe to plant.
I don't understand what's cooking here, but something's on the pot.
Potentially a kill. I mean,
now they know where Sadak is, though. They can just take the 3v1 against Tui's on site.
They're going to go
the
fast.
4v1, sorry.
Tex has got his ult. Showstopper, if they choose to really use it and expend it, they can just seal this one up nice and pretty. 2 years. Back against the wall quite literally now. It's going to be face down. Multitude of targets available, ready and waiting, but there it is. Spammable location towards the back of the map, and Sadak, he's late to the party. Defuse. Tex. Now just sticking it, trusting his teammates entirely. It's going back and forth, back and forth.
Big punish in B main from Leviathan that really decides the round. There was an interesting attempt there at the 2v4 towards the end, but the main threat was how they tried to deal with this fight. I really feel like when Les re-swings there, he's expecting to just take a duel against QCK. There's no way he swings that wide trying to delete 2 players at once.
Nice, nice. Good king.
I thought he would scrim the nade, I'm gonna lie to you.
Very tight, though, from Lev in terms of how they took that fight. We've been praising...
Long time to cook and scrim together.
Lev should be favored to tie this game up at 9-9 and building up to enormous ultimates on both sides. This next rifle round should be one to savor, unless Loud are able to make something happen with the sheriffs. And my God, when Les is on the board with aim like that, anything is possible.
No way.
He's just dunked on Com.
Caution to the wind. Just all the way up ramp. Through mid. Flash didn't see anything. There was no connection there, but King senses it and hears it and sees the jump spots.
The Lev players are all quite spread out from one another, trying to play the full map. And that also means that Loud might be able to create situations where they overwhelm them one by one. It can be pretty dangerous to play spread like this. Especially when you've only got 4 people and no info to try to cover the map.
Fault line held, Showstopper. Attempt to try and claim this kill, and the call is made to Ryan refight over towards B main. King!
What a timing!
That is disgusting! Close to the pillar though, eventually spotted out, but King has got this spike down, pit down on top of it. Needs to try and defend this. Seeking a target, there it is! On for the ace. Now listen, shouldn't have been that danger there, but 7 bullets left in the chamber. Fired with the shots. He knows that Les is coming hunting. But walk into his territory if you dare.
Here.
Time running so down below. The round isn't even a possibility. What a play from King.
One down.
The only question is who's going to stand.
Wait! Time! Oh.
There should have been no danger in that.
Got dodgy.
There should have been absolutely no danger whatsoever.
You are kidding me. we were calling around and we were like, oh, well, where's the ace? Where's the ace? Mate,
I mean,
he almost got all of them.
yeah.
If Aspas didn't have the presence of mind to just get the hell out of there, he might just tossed around.
That play, though, by King is excellent because things did look dangerous for Leviathan. But as soon as the breach shot was used, he took the timing to swing through the smoke, caught Cowanzine with his util out in his hands, and picked up 2.
Really important. We're already into the round here. Familiar scenes. The Ram takes the Trailblazer, feigning like there could be players right behind us.
I'm actually surprised that Lev didn't try to blast pack and showstopper Sadak there. Any time that Tex has Razal online and Sadak's inside his dog, that is a serious possibility.
Prime target. Seeker's being used now.
This
Even
is
at the minute mark.
really early.
Yeah, really early. Just looking to try and re-clear as well, spot where these players might be. Now, most of the Seekers went into mid, so they know there's only really one player's left, being pressured heavily. Got to back away. But a call of the cancel by Loud. Look at all the players regrouping now. Reassess the situation, and now it's Sadak's time to play around with the util and the ult that he might have. Seekers popping down a timing here. King side by side, shoulder to shoulder! No way! Sadak won it! There's no way! Get out of here! 40 seconds left. Cut close here. Tex to the corner. Traded instantly. Less hot on his heels. That is sharpness on display. The site is theirs. Not going to be able to plant this one for Heaven. TPing close. 3 players. Really just playing his post-plant positioning is not ideal, but it's got the pit to play around.
And Sadak's going to be late to try to clean up this round. We saw danger inside the pit previously.
The judge, Mazzino's got a judge, walking straight into them. And he's found a crucial target. Less brought down, and so does the pit. All the cover removed. The 2 players left standing. Backs against the wall, removed and dropped. 2 years there. And it's that flank timing of Sadak coming in clutch. Holds it down towards main. The jiggle spot, seeing that Aspas has dropped down. Aspas! What? Unbelievable!
Gira Aspas is spinning around, spray transferring into main. What a moment for Aspas to come alive with the clutch.
I'm speechless at that.
He hasn't really had those outrageous rounds against his former team yet. But he might just push this over the line.
Oh my God.
He's set his team up to be favored perhaps here for a 2-0 victory. Lev are on the anti-eco.
Certified Aspas moment. Well, shut down that attempt. The weaker guns allowed. Not getting the job done. Someone to the side. Showstopper. Claims that the target, claims the mark. Hello, still the danger there. Boom bot from the side. King, midst of all of it, pandemonium. He strikes fast and hard there, taking control back towards Heaven. 1 minute 10 on the clock. How was he?
He tapped.
His way deep, yeah, tap.
Looking to see if he could force a reaction out from Leviathan and equalize this player disadvantage. Anytime Les has a rifle, it is possible for Loud.
Risks have to be taken.
Toxins going up.
Lesto not pressing the advantage, not pushing deep forward. Inside the smoke now, playing this one. They give space for the rest of his team for Lev. Try and get themselves in through the main area. Knives popped off by Aspas. Mazzino almost there with the timing. Over the top. Okay, Stinger dashing in. The knife's going amiss. It's only got the operator in his hands. Les and Cowanzine. Dynamic is the duo, and they brought it 10 to 10.
The eco win rate is through the roof this year. It's outrageous. Loud have just flipped the economy on its head, tossed the table, spilt the coins. Cowanzine with a stinger, Les coming out with aim. That is... Les and Sadhak, in back-to-back rounds basically, have been caught red-handed inside these kind of smoke situations, and yet still have come out on top. And Les, in particular, 21 for 10.
Call being made by Loud. I mean, it feels like they're not even going towards mid, B. They don't care. They say sod it, straight towards the A side now. And away we go. Double satchel, QCK, good clearance of the util. Doesn't have to worry about elbow, not with the aftershock, a little bit delayed. Now the plan. Coming through, but guess what? No control of Heaven here for Loud. This postpon's gonna be played with 3, tucked towards the site again. Really, really deep positions of the main players might be key. Against the eco that Lev have been knocked down to, there shouldn't be that danger. And look at Lev, I mean,
they're not even trying.
Not even trying for it.
I mean, they specifically do not want to give ults for Loud. Because look, we've got a rifle round coming up, and what have Lev got to work with? I mean, basically nothing. The Cosmic Divide is fairly good to be able to retake, potentially. But if Loud start getting up to Seekers, or, you know, worst case scenario, if Kawanzin just mopped everybody up and got a breach ult,
yeah.
Lev have to take the safe approach here. And my word, I thought that Aspas 1v2 had set up Leviathan to maybe put Loud to bed, but they will not go quiet. A timeout called.
We know they've got resilience.
Now, I've just seen Aspas purchasing the operator, and I don't remember him having to try to clear so many tools. So Aspas instead looking like he's gonna take a more unexpected approach towards mid. But to be honest, it doesn't look like Loud are pathing there at all. They've got a stun and a flash ready to take ramp.
Just to gain control of it, though.
Not going for the blast pack. Instead, just fighting this with the Viper. Now, you've got to be a bit worried here because a Trailblazer can clear you out. It looks like that's what Com's going for. Will need to be broken. And is immediately.
Played by Nave, flash as well. Com, does he choose to take a peek of it? He's got 2 players waiting for him. TP.
From Tui's. Tui's was trying to react into B because they realized that Lev was stacked over towards A. Would have been absurd to stick it, but to be honest, it's Tui's. He did that earlier on, so I wasn't sure.
Now they walk back right into Aspas. No one to deal with the dog. Gonna have this dash active, but it's gonna be clearing him out. Has to reveal himself. Op online is there. Everybody getting out
There.
the line of sight area here. Going for the B split now. That's all out here. 2 players to mid, 2 players to B main.
They're gonna make it feel like it's a split towards A at the start here. And this has an extra reason. Oh yeah, they're turning it actually into an A split. Kawanzin and Tui's pulling all the way back. This is into Aspas.
Aspas has gone exactly. He's
30
here, the
seconds
call is
left.
made. Everybody giving up that space because they know that they've given up towards Heaven. 25 seconds left. Do you dare push this through? Satchel, stun, it's all connected, but Com still ready and waiting. In through the back. Lovely dodge of this one, and they have slowed this to a crawl. Now to tap, not quite. Yes, still trying to bait it out. Still, the smoke's there. Kawanzin does well to just at least push that back. Dealing with Com.
10 seconds left.
Thorn in their sides. Finally, this post plant can get online. They've got so much more to deal with here.
And Aspas wasn't really able to help because he was opping. It's still going to be difficult for him to find value.
Play at disadvantage. Cosmic Divide. Can they really seek to try and take this fight forwards? What is the call to be made? If you go all into this one, you're going to have no economy for the next. It's going to be entirely reset. It's such a difficult task, but they want to go for it now. Moving forwards, fault line, slowing them down. Rifles picked up. Out
so
wide,
late.
time running down. So damn low. King, an opening. Still, the wall in their face. King sticking his halfway all the way, but now shut down. It's Loud up to 12.
The neutralization of Aspas Operator was perfect there for Loud in that round. Even though they ended up going into him, the pathing never gave Aspas any opportunity, and he couldn't try to flood in to help Com. In fact, he threw a cloudburst that, to be honest, might have even stopped Com from getting a kill in that spot. And as you said, this is now going to be devastating for Leviathan's economy. They don't have the op to be able to work with, but more than that, King is now going to be forced onto a lower buy with only a judge. Mazzino with a stinger. I mean, take a look at this. The cards are stacked in Loud's favor to push us to ascent.
No feigning from Loud this time again. Familiar is the approach. Satchels into the back, plant down immediately. They're not worried about the anchoring players.
I've got your trail.
Full containment has to be played by Lev.
The double flank is coming through from both of the duelists. So Sadak is going to have to hold on to that. It's going to take a long time, though, for Lev to get set up. And Kawanzin has a breach ult. Even in the best case scenario, this is going to be tight on the clock for Lev.
Have to play so damn fast and lose. Breach shot rolling thunder used very early. Maybe a blessing in disguise. Smokes, dropped, paranoia on top of it. Sadak, that caught onto him. and he doesn't have a clue. Tex is there to contain. Players drop down. Through and corners into the side here, into hell is 2 years. Shorty, jump through, connections all about. This is loud, up to 13, it's inevitable. And there it is, Ascent is the goal, and that is where we are heading.
It was brutal, it was scrappy. There were mistakes. Was those fast retakes towards A. The increase in pace, the quick retake, holding onto the utility and then popping forwards.
Yeah.
That ended up working. We'll see whether Leviathan have a similar approach. Now, we've been talking the entire time about Aspas versus his former team. These are 3 big maps for him individually. And he's got the Jet here without really another individual that he's going to be dueling against specifically. He's just going to have to try to navigate the utility on the other side.
And it's going to be relentless. Flashes all over the bloody place. Going to be in his face. Ooh, Sadak. Hello. Pop flash play. No noise made. Sadak actually just cuts himself deep to the corner there. And spots it. So info gained. B main control. Can be given up. And yeah, got to deal with these. The flash is close to the corner. It doesn't matter if you're paranoid up. QCK, close quarters is how he likes to take it. Now players trying to anchor Aspas back to corner and dice. Everybody collapsing. Left for the retake for Tex. For Soul.
Extremely good stutter-step approach to the B site hit.
Yeah.
You notice how when they first get into the site, they pause for about 5 seconds, just making sure that they regroup, are all ready together to then hit the site itself. Really good. And this opening kill from QCK is excellent too. They go in, get the entry, punish the player trying to flood, and then hit the site anchors. Good call as well from Sadak, because that was a bit of a default then into the B hit, so they disguised where they were going. Lev are just going to gamble that this one is ending A.
So they might be correct. Molly, though, will push them away, looking like they wanted to go for a repeat. Here it is. Pop flash play baited out.
QCK is only 1 away from his Phoenix ultimate.
I mean, insane.
He's going to have it for the bonus round, no matter what.
You get the B main orb? They have control of B main.
I mean, do you need it this round, though? That's the other question,
you don't.
right?
Yeah.
They've broken the stack over from Leviathan by playing this default. Sadak deliberately gets tagged by that knife, and now he's going to choose the timing to try to split A.
Great calling by Loud. Just trying to sail their way through. Yes, it's against an eco round, but you don't want to run it into the stack. They've slowed it down just enough that the players have been picked and pulled apart in terms of their positioning, so... Hello.
That's a very aggressive push from Com. Just calling Sadak's bluff there.
Don't blame it, though. Off angle, Aspas dealt with. Enough for the dash. Mazzino straight at his face.
30 seconds
Door
left.
closed and the plant online. Can't think there's too much danger, but you never know.
One enemy remaining.
Very good setup from QCK and Currency, making sure that they neutralize what's going on. And Com,
Classic Com play.
always be flanking. So now Loud have got this Phoenix ult available for the next round. 3 Bulldogs saved into it, and Sadak didn't buy, so he's able to purchase a rifle here. So there's going to be some serious weaponry. In fact, I think Les also didn't buy, so they've got extremely good weaponry available. This push out from Com is good. He's clearly got a good read on what was happening there with the macro game. But a little, too late. Now, how do Loud choose to use QCK's ultimate?
Shadows traveling.
Ooh, in the danger zone. Tui's. Up through mid, though. A B split is on the cards. Paranoia. Not quite delayed, actually. Does catch onto the players out in market, but they pause, and now they want to try and play this one, striking at the right time. Aspas disengaging, dashing back to the rest of his team, aiming to anchor, but they've given up the front section of the side, and that gives time and space for Les to really Start to get some kills, but look at this, the pause in the play.
It's so good.
It's so damn good.
It's so similar to the pistol. And because Leviathan have already activated their defense protocols to drop back into backside, this is really difficult to re-clear. Com could do it if he had a recon dart. They know where Sadak is. The problem is there's people boathouse as well. This is so tough for Leviathan to get back into good spots.
Not expecting that one. Oh my, that's messy.
Down B.
King with the 2. Do they want to go into these anchoring players? They don't actually know where Mazzino is. He's lurking around mid.
They're going to head back into him by the look of it.
Yeah, back through. Timing! No! What?
30 seconds.
Going
left.
1 for 1 there, though, should still be good enough for Loud. The pixel angle.
Should be good enough as Aspas, man.
Very true. We've seen Aspas pull off the 1v2, but it was in a slightly easier position against weaker opponents.
Spike planted.
And Sadak shuts down Aspas again.
He's not scared. He's like, I raised you. I weaned your son.
I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it.
God. I love the calls, though, from Loud. Pause at the right moments. That is, we don't need to see that again. But we did.
But you see how much chaos that puts into the round and how difficult that is for Leviathan to deal with. They can't just keep Aspas and Com tucked into backside for the rest of the round. You're just giving up way too much map control, way too much information.
Yeah.
So when Loud call that much of a freeze, you can either just sit there and gamble that it's a re-hit, or you have to do something a bit more proactive, and you're not in a good spot to do that.
You know, a lot of teams, they have a safe word for that, for calling the freeze.
Yeah?
Yeah. I know one team's is pineapple. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You think it's a joke? It's not. Making sure you just stop them in the tracks in the midst of all of it. You get hectic in the comms. Same playbook for Loud here. They know they're against the half buy, so they're just poking. A little bit of util through main, seeking a response out of them. The Lev don't bite.
And QCK has had this ultimate online now, you know, for quite some time. Here he decides to use it. It's into the stack. Now they know that there's at least 3 people there. QCK's got that information for them. Do they still choose to commit?
Yeah, sending out a util. It's going flying. Paranoia's there on top of it. Flashes over the top. The molly's out over towards heaven as well. No ground being gained. I believe those are King's flashes that he's been sensing flying, but no.
30
Hello.
seconds left.
Lovely shot.
And the utility pressure is enormous. QCK's taking a little bit of a gamble up here, but he's got a good position, and it's only Com on the other side.
There's a risk that this could go wrong,
There is,
like you said.
but he's got backup here. See the way that Sadak and Kawanzine are backing him up.
Hunting for these kills. I mean, they want to just funnel these orbs back into QCK. Get the ult back online. He's just expended it.
He's so close to having this ult online already. If he picked up both ult orbs, he could use the Phoenix ult again. I mean, excellent work from Loud, making sure that they keep the focus there.
They make mistakes.
But also, you think back to how that exec worked. They have double mollies on Heaven, and then flashes, and then they punish the peak from Mazzino, who tried to come out. I mean, where do you... Normally, the way that you want to apply pressure to Flood retake over towards, or Flood defend, the A site of Ascent, you want to dominate Heaven as the defenders, and you want to threaten a push out through the smoke. All of that's being covered by the utility from Loud.
Scanning ahead.
Odin spam play, you got to be ready for that. They're not ready.
My ult is ready.
Oh, it's a classic one.
It really is.
Lev who wrote the book, I think.
It was, yeah, last season when it was Noz were playing it. But Com is super happy running the same kind of play. Sadak is on his own here, just faking presence.
It's the pulses and an old command. They put it exactly to where the Odin needs to be. Mazzino off there. Everybody holding down their own ground, territory. Finally given up. Conceded here, so Les will be able to get himself onto the side. A bit of a tap of the plan. Just trying to see if he can say, yeah, okay. There's one. Maybe chance for a second. Playing this smart as well as he can, but when you're blinded up against the box, spammable, darts there, weaving in and out. He's dealt with.
Unusual round from Loud, that one. Sadak getting dropped to his knees. But he was completely alone as well. You know, Loud really trying to disguise where they were going from. And of course, it doesn't help that you lost the Phoenix at the very beginning of the round there. Now, I think Loud's composition seems to trend attack-sided, just from the small amount that we've seen of their composition so far.
Really hard to disrupt.
Well, Aspas is going to try. He's got the operator looking to try and push out based on the turret contact in B main.
Hello.
Whoa, this is really early.
Where's this one going? Players are being lit up. A couple of bursts left standing there. Sadak. Really no worse for wear. I mean, yeah, take a chunk of it, but still alive and kicking.
Pretty rare that Com doesn't get a kill with that kind of thing, actually. And they're looking to clear out Catwalk. QCK tries to take a time in. This is not a fight you want to take.
That's a wide swing. Surprised that Mazzino didn't get the kill there, but I think he was just smoking. Main. Didn't have the gun out.
And because Aspas is giving them good information over towards B, there are 3 players stacked here for LEV on the A side of the map. The question is really, can you do anything against the utility when it comes through? If there's a Phoenix ult in your face and the mollies and the flashes, well, there's not going to be a Phoenix ult, at least not for a while.
There was a call by LEV in the middle of that. They paranoid, refighting into mid.
But that also is another tool gone for a potential fast retake.
Yeah. 4 players just holding into this position out towards tree. It's counter spam on counter spam. Both teams just aiming to try and get that advantage. How are they aiming?
Spike planted.
Smokes in their face, it matters not. Pit now down. A bit of that cover into this post plant. Aftershock, slightly off the mark. Housing. There's nothing really to direct that one. I think that's just Com just spamming into the floor, knowing that that player's in hell.
2E's picked up a player in mid, so they know that there's somebody potentially backstabbing. Com isn't quite aware of the timing.
Flash is good too. It's being watched for. It's all about that timing though. Aspas running around, footsteps made! Body blocking each other, bullet tagging down, running them down. They want to get that up out of his hands.
Cover going up.
Tasty morsel. Running after him with the retreat. Oh, no way!
Oh, how is Aspas slipping away from this?
He should not get out. There's no way.
They can't run him down in time.
Listen, he doesn't have the eel nickname, but yeah, okay. Not applying it just yet.
He slipped out.
He did slip out.
But at the same time, he's found no value in this map so far. They're not doing anything with Aspas. Not only are Loud finding ways to navigate around the areas that he's playing, but even if Aspas was in that area, how is he going to be able to find value against stuns, flashes in his face? He's just going to get pushed back anyway.
You can't.
LEV forced to take a timeout. Their economy in shambles. It's only that operator that was barely saved by Aspas. That's what Aspas was feeling at the end of the round.
Yeah, I'm glad you handled that. I mean, I was seeking a response. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah. I mean, this is extremely dominant from Loud here. Leviathan have not figured out either. To be honest, I think the op is actually really difficult to get value from against this comp because you're just going to be playing retakes so often.
It's hampering them.
Yeah, that's tough for Aspas. Now that I've said this, Aspas is going to get an ace with the op, isn't he?
1 player, 2 years. Shots fired into mid. He knows it's compromised, doesn't overstep it.
Great awareness.
Yeah. Just with a jiggle. Spots it out. No wonder they're there. Wall. Creeping themselves into the site down.
That Phoenix wall is so good. I mean, even other teams that tried to win the Phoenix in the past have figured out how great that one is.
Look at the difficulties Aspas is having. I mean, to get value, it's just impossible. Smokes. Propped up, flashes on top of it. Mazzino with the timing. Knife! Knife! Sadak! He's knifing him! Right here, right now. Okay, Aftershock up top, into heaven. Everybody back away. Gotta respect it. And how do you play this one again? Retaking with the operator. You don't have guns, your sheriffs and buys and purchases. 2 years. Bloody hell. Looking like the streets of Great Britain with the knives out swinging. Still, Aspas is there.
Off your feet!
Rolling Thunder. Back into tree. Pushing them away.
It's just brutal. There's no chance for LEV here. I mean, Loud think there's some kind of threat, so they've used the ult, but man, there's no way for Leviathan to get back in. Look at the orb they're taking damage through. So much utility they'd have to pass through. The time ticking down. Even as LEV make it look a little dangerous.
Nice knowing you.
What's the threat? There really isn't one.
Yeah.
Loud cleaning up. Building an economy that is just utterly booming, and Aspas utterly boomed. I mean, he's saving the operator again in this round.
It's just like a cursed artifact.
It is.
He's got it, you want it, but it might be hindering you.
He got his first kill of the map so far.
They're just not, for one, not walking into the op sight lines.
No.
And two, when they do, there's usually a wall in his face, a smoke in his face, a flash to set up somebody onto the angle.
And that's the thing, Loud are not really playing super spread around the map. Even when they used to play the default composition, Loud have been the best team in the world at Ascent at various times throughout their history by just 4-1ing on attack side almost every round. They don't care about being fancy. They're just like, no, we're just going to hit a site. Well, this time, Aspas might actually take contact.
2 players forwards, playing anti-flash to the corner, tucked, but he doesn't know the timing, he doesn't know the timing!
Brutal.
He's expecting them to clear!
The one time they don't use the utility.
What?
He's expecting it.
King answers right back. And 2 topple in mid, the B split. Put an end to it. Reclearance is caught by Loud, straight through into mid. Another chance for Tex, but it's traded less. Right there, instantaneously.
They're all just trying to tuck into one-and-dones.
Oh, damn aware, but King just a little bit better. Precise. Did have the read indeed. So 50 seconds now. Spike in the hands of Kawazin. There's definitely chances, but it requires kills. Requires more than that. King, nice way to play it, but Com, he's right there with him.
What is replicable about that round?
Not much.
Leviathan.
Not much.
I mean, I guess the general concept that they're trying to backfill after the utility's been used. You know, trying to find the timing after the
refighting
flashes.
fast once the flashes are used.
Look, this was immediately after the flash, but also King got 2 bullets, 2 kills in a spray transfer. And then everybody from LEV just kind of walked into off angles to catch Loud off guard. Can they pull a round like that out again? Another 4-1 default here for Loud. Throwing utility heavily into A main, pushing back anybody that might be there.
They're going to be hard pressed. Another play by Lev.
Good
Yeah, with the
awareness.
spam and the awareness reload. It's going to be heard. They're going to be fast on this. Yes, they are. Paranoia flies forwards. Attempting to set this one up, but they paused it just at the right time here. Baiting out again. That util, Aspas. Holding his nerve, sees the jump spot. Kawazin still going for this one with a jump spot. That's so damn wide. The shot's still not taken. Aspas thinks they could have lurked up onto him.
We might see a huge duel between Les and Tex in B main. No, Tex gives it up, chooses to fight towards Market instead.
Does he really swing into this one? Yes, he does. He's just out wide. There's really no support there. Huge play indeed. Being made all over the bloody place. QCK up the gut of the map. And he guts out 2 of them. No chance.
And Loud have the spike on A, just ready to go back into an A split.
It's twists and turns. Mazzino is left just bewildered. Bewildered. He's thinking they could be in. They could have walked. We've lost control of the map. Eons ago.
King spots a glimpse. Gives Les a new haircut, but Les answers back with a bullet between the eyes.
And this is just heartbreak. I mean, Tex forced to retreat, forced to save. It's Loud running away with this. I mean, yeah, we said what we know of this comp, attack side. Loud are good with it. You can't really stop them. They're like a bulldozer. They just run all over you with your defensive setups. But even when they're slowing down rounds like this, they are picking you apart.
Yeah, I mean, this this round is QCK finding a timing, right? Basically. And Tex stopped the mid to B idea, whether it was a fake or whether it was a reality. He falls at the very end, having done his best, but it's QCK who lights the world on fire. Aspas still really struggling to find value. And I think Leviathan are being pushed and pulled around the map because they feel like they have to respond to anywhere there could be a threat of an exec happening. But I really think they can take it a little more chill and just try to play retake in more of these situations. Think back to what Loud did on Split, where they just gave up a lot of the map and held on to their utility. I think that would be a better option for them. But we had questions. Will Leviathan have an answer for this composition that they must have done study for? Thus far, not really. No answer.
That's what we were saying right at the beginning. I mean, listen, you can VOD review this comp. You can think you've got the theory down, but it's one thing to have that, another thing to just try and put it into action as well. Not scared to use the ults here. 2 in quick succession, just being offloaded, making sure that they get themselves into the A site.
Rotating where the mollies go as well. Trying to clear for Aspas, who might have been hiding in that top corner with a dash online. Lev not set up for a fast retake again this round, and probably just holding on to their ultimates for the next, for a rifle round. It'll be Aspas to try to get a pick, but he's forced to use his dash.
Look at the flashes they've got. I mean, it is just relentless, the onslaught. It doesn't stop. Spam with the rifles. Nice kill here, but again, the time is ticking. Molly. Damage done, and that. Watching for it. Texan was going down just to the tail end of the snake bite. Having a go of it with the timings. Com in hunted out. It's Loud who really want these ultimates as well, but they're going to give this one up here. Another round for them. Up to 8. 2 left in the half.
And remember, we're expecting Loud to struggle a little more on the defense side, even though Ascent is normally defense-sided. This composition has gaps in it, and it's going to need to rotate around to fill them, because it lacks that Sentinel. But at the same time, Loud already have 8 rounds in their attack side. Lev would have to put something fabulous together to be able to pull this one back. Aspas chilling, thinking. Leviathan with the wrong idea of exactly how this would play out. But their ultimates are enormous right now. Aspas is just using the knives.
Coffany available to them. A little bit of presence there. Flash and a dart all combined up. Sadak. Surely got to be worried about the spam there from Cat. They've been doing it 2 rounds now for Lev, but no, he wasn't.
Yeah, he certainly could have fallen there. The shorty shot missing. And there was actually a really early paranoia invested as well from Tui's, just to push anybody off the A angle. Bit of a default, not really taking any map control, and now looking to end in an exec. Disguising where they're going to end, making it feel like it could be a slow round, and making it tough for Leviathan to figure out where they're finishing and at what timing in the round they're finishing.
It's that uncertainty to get settled into the round here that causes Lev to be using all their util. Instead of saving it for these retakes, using it to reclear, take space where they could be.
And I think this is really ambitious from Mazzino, trying to hard anchor the site without his paranoia. He threw it at the start of the round because he was worried it was going to be a fast hit. How does Mazzino get value?
What in the Lord's name? Okay, Hunter's Fury just from the slightest tag of the turret. Timmy putting in work and so is Com.
What an
lovely
angle.
Kill, lovely damage dealt towards them, and a real chance here for Lev. They can put a stop to this. TP forwards though, 2 years inside the site. Here in that plant, Mazzino's there still weaving backwards, forwards inside these smokes. You don't want to let anything slip here, just like that. Sadak ripped to pieces alongside King, and they flooded right back into this one. Less. There's a lot to do. Too many targets to deal with.
And as it turns out, Loud just assumed that there was nobody playing the site. They didn't even realize that Mazzino was there. The damage, however, had already been done. Com getting huge value out of his ultimate. Waiting for the attackers to pass through tree, and then he has just such a beautiful angle there from Market.
Last round in the half.
Tagging multiple people at once and being able to help his team swing. There's the ult, there's the spam.
And all that off the turret's contact. Yeah, here in the Phoenix Wall too, but...
And that allows Leviathan to save these big retake ults. Aspas is going to go for another operator here. He hasn't been able to find any value with it, but he's going to give it one last good old college try.
That it is, one last chance here in the first half. Shot barely missing. Here we go, a bit of a rapid approach. Once more, Rolling Thunder does catch them. Util has to be pushed back out of them now with the no command. Waves emanating.
King has used the ultimate here, choosing not to play it for retake. Sadak and QCK want to establish this position. Oh, so close.
Oh, it's difficult. Paranoia.
They need to be able to fight over tree control because they have to deny this lockdown.
It's him flying, but listen, they can't just fight over this right now. Tucked into the corner, Mazzino, he's got nowhere to run.
The lockdown's going up to heaven instead.
Molly rebounding. There's the lockdown finally going to be used to push these players back out and wide. should grant access to LEV. Can't lose any players though. Look at them, they're just fast. Dash, forward still. Holding the ground, trying to spam this. 2 years, you're gonna be going down with a ship, son, detained. And here's the real chance.
Can they keep Tui's alive?
Needs to be pushed down here. Spotted him. Good night. Flash in your hands. King not being caught with his trousers down by the ankles, but still the main player holding it for them. QCK is alive, and he's watching down this angle. Not many bullets left. King, half, defuse. Here's the footsteps sticking all the way. Gets the one, maybe the second. Half again. Those where the last player is denied. It's less to claim it. A 9-3 in the half.
That looked so doable for Leviathan. They finally strung together a retake that had some pace behind it, and they really put the squeeze onto Loud. There might have even been a chance for King to just stick that. Look at the timing. Oh, I don't think so. I think he does make the right play by trying to come off it and get the kill immediately, but man, that is perfect timing by Les.
Could have been anyone's game there, but guess what? Liz is standing by with some extremely leading 9-3. We won't talk about last year.
No,
we won't mention
no.
it. We won't mention it. Josh, it was us casting it.
No.
And I'm just saying, we were in this position. It's not Icebox.
Put it out your
Okay,
mind.
sorry. Okay, 9-3.
I mean, Aspas should have opportunities to actually pierce through this Loud composition now that he's on the attack side. The roles really are flipped when you're up against this comp. Normally the Jets feast on defense on Ascent, but I think he's going to have to go huge on the entry. And Loud, remember, they're going to have to be pretty active and mobile around the map because they don't have too much information. No alarm bot, no turret. The knife just catches Comm over here on Catwalk. That's all they've got to work with.
Oh, no way. Almost there with the timing. QCK. He wanted it. He could feel it with the drone being used. Straight through market. Les
Spike down.
stands rooted down with the Sheriff, but 1-for-1. Traded out. Damage exchange with the ghost shot. Spammed and peppering them. Half HP on Aspas. But a plant online, so the site's gained 4 them. But how does the post plan look? And what is the call by Loud here? Do they want to try and go fast? And Lucy and Nate tucked close to the corner. Kawazine gets away with murder there. Right to the side, Mazzino. He's removed. King, Flash, sets it up now for the re-peek. The team maybe to try and refight this one, but Loud are nowhere near, actually. Now we're on him just making the moves here to the front section of the site. Aspas, he's got to really just do one, but it's all King. And now from the back, Aspas, straight from main.
King has been having such a phenomenal series, honestly. I mean, all of the calling has also been excellent up until this map where he's not been able to figure out the defensive setups. But on an individual level, he's popping off. And these 2 kills have just potentially saved his team from a retake that looked like it had a lot of sting to it. LEV have got to make sure that they capitalize on this. They've got to make sure that they convert this one. And I've been looking into these second rounds, Brent. I've just been crunching some basic numbers. The second rounds are getting converted way less than they used to in the past after winning the bonus.
Which is bizarre, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense because normally teams have only got classics, but it's stuff like this happening. I think teams are just getting a lot better with how they work the ecos. And my God, if you have people like Les on the team with a Sheriff, things can get deadly.
You're right. It's the util. I mean, how to use it, combine it all together. Even despite the classics, I mean, you'd think, right, with the Outlaw coming into the game, seeing less force buys, people really just managing the economy, so they've got nothing coming into these rounds. The danger's still there. Persuaded for now by Aspas. He's deep into the site, needs his team to back him up. Anchoring player, that's Kawazine!
Ridiculous.
Right click.
I'm telling you, these ecos are absurd.
Oh, way. Eventually dealt with.
King is so isolated, but unknown, unexpected.
Yeah.
And deals the death blow to take any danger out of the round. Is he going to be able to get another rifle? Yes. Yeah. They keep an additional Spectre there. So LEV is still going to have a pretty good buy to try to apply some additional pressure in this round.
Consistency off the charts, really, honestly, with Les's Sheriff accuracy, these shots he's finding, but matters not. Critical round 1. Now, if they can convert the bonus on top, they will be very, very happy. That's where LEV are setting their sights. Smoke at the feet, just in case it's a flash play over the top, but Aspas doesn't get caught by it. He's fast now. Through mid.
This is so
To
quick.
market, dashed forwards, right into a smoke. He's pushed less all the way back into some anchoring positions. Attained here by Loud, the back. All the way, look at that, 3 players.
They're just waiting to see if there's a response from Loud. Have people decided to rotate? Is there danger?
Most similar scenes as well of how Loud were choosing to play their attack sides. When they were slowing it down with the B-pops, they forced the position back.
And again, the question is, do Loud want to just hold and hope that it's a re-hit? But if you're wrong, 3 players are just sat in back B site for no reason. They are gambling correctly here.
50 seconds. Knife. Moving away to util.
Or perhaps not.
Breaking
Mid-round
the
call.
door. Mid-round call. It's meant to be the castle. Sadak.
Surely not.
Sadak.
Surely not.
He
Not
hears
straight into
them.
him.
He hears them all colliding right into him. Sadak.
Spike down. Defender
The
30
dangerous,
seconds left.
dangerous man with a judge weaponry in his hands, and it's these close quarter angles could really just do some serious work for Mazzino. It's captured and dealt with.
And remember, Leviathan have no idea where Tui's is throughout all of this. Tui's pushed out A-Name, just gathering some information for the rest of his team. And now, paranoia has got to be going through the minds of Aspas and Tex. They've got to make a play happen.
Flash, Aspas, close. Bites his time, waiting for the peek, but now he's revealed his hand. Has to drop down to the low ground. 4 players working against it. Paranoia is perfect. Blind as anything, they cannot see a thing. The Molly's doing the work. They know they've got them cornered. They know they've got Aspas trapped. And QCK with full confidence in the rest of his team. Sticks this one. Aspas! Almost making me a believer.
Overall, though, extremely good round from Loud there. I mean, they just have 3 people turtling about the site. You're thinking, all right, this is a fantastic timing to try to navigate their way over towards A. And yet Sadak with the judge again finds
1 enemy.
the exact read on where his opponents are going to go. Just immaculate positioning. How
Insanity.
does he do it? Yeah. But that was a bonus round for Leviathan. They can still buy. They're getting up to large ultimates. Unfortunately, they still trail by 5 rounds.
On a hell of a climb ahead of them. Loud. Feels like they're in control. Getting up to some critical ultimates as well. Be main control.
Yeah, and Sadak's shooting there with the classic. So
Placing swarm
if I'm
grenade.
Tex, I'm thinking, that guy definitely still got a judge. 100%. Sadak just
Sadak with a reclear.
running around, assuming everyone's scared of him. But if Kawanzine dies on a duel,
Oh, there's no way.
Oh.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way with the door closed.
you can't read this. You can't read
You just
this.
can't. Kawazin's there too. Crossfire setup. Judge and rifles. Why are you repeating that, Sadak? You're joking! You're
down
joking!
Plays Kawanzine in.
But he's running around the map! Finally, dealt with!
He can't get away with it. He just can't get away with it.
4 versus 4. Dash gonna be fading here. The reclearer. Dash pass. What are you staring at? The minimap most likely. Doesn't get punished. No kill there. Mazzino from the top sector.
But
Aspas has
seconds
splashing him back. Aspas does have the spike.
If he ends up
27
dying-
seconds.
I mean, this is madness. This
What
is
is
all
happening?
all the scrappiness of Split condensed into 1 round of Ascent. But I think LEV have somehow navigated these choppy waters.
Somehow.
Ending on sight.
Somehow got themselves an open sight. Full
10
retake now.
seconds
Set up for
left.
Loud. Quite the full roster. Lovely angle here for Aspas. He can play a high-low with the rest of his team, but the flashes might be a bit of a problem. Repositioning now. I don't think you expect this one. No way. All the way through. Unfortunate for Aspas, just didn't have the gun out. Stun. There's a connection. Tex can't do anything. Same with Aspas. Backside players have got to do work and do it right now. Aspas! Absolutely incredible. And the work is done. The job is done. Listen. 6th round on the board for LEV. 2 players surviving with the rifles.
That looked so close. I mean, Kawanzine's stun is perfection again, catching on to Leviathan. And yet the follow-up just not quite there, and Aspas somehow manages to spray down both of the players with his Phantom. A reminder, Aspas had essentially no impact on the defense side. I mean, barely any. and he's now 10 and 10, which shows you how much he's been able to do on the attack side. He's been absolutely instrumental in getting his team back into this race. And LEV set up to continue this momentum forwards.
Should be. Sometimes it's the easy rounds that get away from you. The Buckies and the shotguns and the sheriffs.
Yeah, I mean, there's still so much danger. The Bucky's ridiculous right now, by the way. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's a silly gun.
It's so cheap.
I've been doing the world tour of rank playing in APAC, and I'm telling you, they are Bucky pilled. They're ahead of the game.
It looks like Kanzin and Sadak are catching on. I mean, they've got a bait set up here as well. Les takes contact first and then plays Kanzin in with the Bucky. That's some serious danger over here. Trying to neutralize it with the drone.
Spots it out. Cameras in close.
Good work to break that with the Sober utility. Excellent awareness from Com. The question is, do they commit? Because now they've essentially given away their hand, but everybody on LEV is around here. Fake dash from Aspas, trying to bait out more plays over here.
Might have just got body blocked by his team. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah, maybe.
Not ready yet.
hard to close. How much
30
util
seconds
have they really used here? And
Nowhere
they've only
to
gained B
run.
main. Hunter's Fury has to be used now. Oh my god, Kawazine. Finally, somebody deals with this guy. Brought down, 1-for-1. They are finding it difficult to get into this site. LEV, finally, making moves, and luckily nobody just tucked away towards the back section of it. They could have just really
10
put
seconds
an
left.
end to this.
Point suppressed.
Plant down.
Point planted.
What's a call being made here by Loud? Listen, they do have the weaker guns. They're in through B main, tagged up QCK. Pushing them back, reflanked by Com. All the way behind them. Backup policy in effect. Decay kicking in. King has fallen. And there's another one, ripping them apart. I talked about it. Accuracy with the Sheriffs. Com had to come up clutch there, and he has got the one kill, but he's left it to Mazzino. Into the back of the site, smoked off. In through the smoke. This is stuck all the way. Loud. It's daylight robbery. It's daylight bloody robbery.
It's unbelievable what this team is doing. The weaponry that they came into this round with was essentially
Nothing. Bomb of the barrel.
2 Buckies, couple of Sheriffs.
But what did I
They've
say,
stolen
man?
the
What
round
did I say?
away.
I mean, there's always danger in these rounds. You can't count these teams out.
Now, and the mad part is, LEV was seeing ghosts everywhere. There was only 2 players defending B, and yet LEV was so scared.
They used the whole arsenal to clear B main, and even then they used a dash, a flash, everything, past that point.
And they still go caught by Cowanzine at logs.
Yeah.
So be coming back into a potential retake in this round or the next with Phoenix and Breachhold, which are both excellent in those situations.
Get out of my way!
Paranoia dodge for now, but this is Rapid again. Real fast play into B main, making them think that there could be even more presence here, but dropped. Now to no command.
Oh no, Tex
Flying,
died.
takes us dead.
Spike
That's a
down,
spike.
B.
It was supposed to be a pivot. Mazzino teleported into B, and the spike is just dropped. They now know exactly where Mazzino is.
And he's walking right to them. Oh my goodness, still. Lands his shots, but Les cleans it up. It's getting messy, it's getting scrappy, and this is Loud. Setting themselves up for the slam dunk finish.
At the same time, though, LEV are going to be permitted access to get this spike back. And so now the round is actually going to calm down a little bit into a more normal-looking 3v4.
Say normal.
Yeah, well, Loud control a lot of the map.
If Com got that kill, there was a chance. Take nothing short of a miracle, I think, for them to try and make their way past this round, get a win. Oh, what a flash.
Yeah, that lineup is excellent, but nobody to follow up on it. Sadak grabs
30
info over
seconds
here,
left.
and it misses Com. The knife giving bad information. And so Com looks like he's called the mid-round. Tried to pull everybody else from LEV into an A hit. Push back QCK, but again, Loud, I think, are going to be fairly happy to play retake here, even without the breach ultimate.
They got so much util.
Oh, they go for
Volley's
it.
boundless. They just want to flush straight in. They know it. It's got to commit to the
Enemy
spike
remaining.
plant. Loud.
Spike down A.
Looking in prime control here. It's 12-6.
Screen down.
One more step. That's all that needs to be taken.
Point.
Amazing decision to decide to flood there with the Phoenix ult. Everybody on the same page. It would have to take 6 rounds in a row for LEV to pull this one back.
Just doesn't look possible. The money running short for LEV as well. I can see it. It's going to be an absolutely dire purchase to stay into the map, to stay into the series. Yes, it's not an elimination game, but there's so much on the line. A win here brings you right to the playoffs. One more game away from Madrid, and Loud can taste it. They can feel it. Turning up the tempo, turning up the heat. It's the B crunch all the way through, but it gives LEV a window. They can try and go fast, hard and loose right now into the A site. Maybe a chance for them to get this plant down, but a spike is still sitting in main. Side access is theirs. Door finally being closed, but less. I mean, they brought them enough time. They're all the way here already. Lockdown has to be used to push them back, and it's good timing on it.
Yeah, I think this is really useful because it buys them an extra few seconds here. And it actually allows Leviathan to fight, get into more aggressive position.
Into the position, rolling Thunder now, pushing,
no one.
cleaving all the way around. QCK, such a forward backwards position, in through mid. Flash, no connection. Rest of his team making marks and making the moves out towards him, and it's Aspas and the rest of his team. Critical juncture in the map. It all lied on this. And it seems like LEV might have done enough. Fading away, no easy kill. Aspas has always got the covering fire. It's available for them, and with the time ticking, less. You got to give this one up here. So LEV taking a deep breath here.
Taking guns away is actually important. And that is a huge amount of guns taken away. Aspas and King both fall to the spike of all things. That's really damaging for the Leviathan economy. It genuinely is going to make a difference. But LEV had such a great call in that round to pop down this lockdown and then refight over tree. Because it helped them dodge the breach a lot. I don't think Kalanzine caught a single player with that retake ultimate because everyone had evacuated the site. Extremely good call there from LEV in the post plant, but they're going to need to pull out so many more of those. So many more.
Do it against the ults. Viper's Pit. Drop that one down into B main. That's going to be giving them nice and easy control of it throughout this entire round.
Alarm bot out.
What is the call for LEV? Leviathan, one slip up.
LEV can try to work slowly around the map and maybe punish these jiggle peaks. I mean, look at QCK jiggling A main, Sadak jiggling market. If they tried to contact around, maybe they'd find some of these opportunities.
Shadows traveling.
But they're, at the moment, trying to get posted up a tree, and that's one of the most difficult places to try to work a pick. You know, you're heading into the breach and omen utility.
Major gaps straight down mid here in the defensive protocols. You can see it in the way that Sadak's positioned, but LEV all grouped up now into Cat. Spike really no intention of bringing this one out through into A, just seeing if they can force out that response, and they do.
It's going to be so difficult if LEV choose to go mid to B.
Here we go, claws broken, nade down at their feet. Sadak still with the ult, ready to pop it off at a moment's notice here, but straight through mid again. Calls being made with these adjustments, 25 seconds left. Again, it's just on absolutely anyone's game.
It's
a nice edge, scramble. Where do they go? Straight into Sadak and Code. Listen, straight to the back of the site. TP, reinforcements finally arriving. There's only a few seconds left, and this is the map. It's all on the line, and it's crumbled. It's fallen to pieces. 2 years, sharp, precise. It's how it finishes, it's how it ends. It's desperation, and dire straits all about. All you gotta do is hide, and Loud are going to playoffs.
Defenders win.
Sick performance by Loud, showcasing that this combat is not a one and done. LEV had access